exercise of just like creative.
Mm.
You're just creative exercise, like just getting the ideas flowing and just kind of finding something to leech onto, and then just go with it after that. It's been nice. It's been a nice outlet. So.
We'll have to share some work sometime.
Yeah. All right, can you guys hear me now? There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you, my dude.
Yeah. Not much lately. Mostly work, and all the kids are doing sports now, so my schedule just got crazy.
It's that season, isn't it?
Yeah, you got school.
Well, I
and
guess depending on what sport it is, any season could be sports season. Well, depending on.
Let's see. I got 2 in football. 1 just started volleyball.
Wow.
And the other one's off doing college football, but I don't have to worry about him anymore.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, as long as you still have a spring in your step, you'll be ahead of them, I think.
Oh yeah. They still can't get me down. But yeah, I'll probably be cutting it close on Wednesdays. I thought originally that their practice was on Tuesday, Thursday, but it ends up being Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So they get done at around 7:30. So it's
all
a
good. No worries. Trickle in is always welcome. Never a stress. Actually, like Wiggles, Wiggles is always a guarantee and never present. So don't feel bad. Once Alex gets back, we'll get a goon because I think it's really going to be the 3 of you. Oh, perfect. Okay.
I gotta get the thing loaded now.
So, because we are down 2 players, and Wiggles is a randomosity, he could appear, he might not. And something did happen, ironically, at the end of last session. A quick refresher was you guys' main goal with Eric's forceful push was to help the orcs send the kamikaze goblins to blow up a Lisperian camp that is being built just on the eastern side of Clasp, just south of the direct contact of the orc domain borders in which they have been at war with. During this period, you guys ventured forward and met a few orcs and let them aid you further, guiding you with a warm welcome into this fray of combat. Immediately, you all attempt to toy with shooting a catapult, and very few successes, but enough to get a reaction out of the enemies holding up. With a, I guess, Highlander-like scene as you guys run into the trenches against one another, combat ensues. Enemies are slayed. A few goblins are lost. And then, right when the battle feels like more will arrive, the entire zone in this red box south of the map, if you were to zoom all the way out, turns into a very complicated terrain, almost making it look impossible to pass further, even blocking off those that are within it at this time. And then as you look, everyone give me a perception check.
Still not sending to the... Oh, you know what? I might have turned it off. Hold on.
Let me check.
Let me see.
I think you might have for our game because it was kind of fucking with D&D Beyond or something. I think I remember that.
Let me turn it back on. Beyond 20. Yep, I did turn it off. Okay, turn it on. Refresh the page.
Yeah, I keep getting a pop-up window and I hold it over. So I can't click on it because a pop-up window gets in my way.
What is the... Oh, is it working for you now?
Well, nice. I rolled a 4, and then I re-rolled to see if it would work, and I rolled a 1. So I don't know which one you want to take. Because if either a 14 or a 1, it's up to you.
Got it. Yuli, what was your roll?
Well, when I try to put the cursor over to the perception to roll it, I get a pop-up window that blocks it, so I can't click on it.
Oh, what's the pop-up? I see. When you hover over, it's like information.
Yeah, it's a definition. Yeah.
God.
I think if you move the where your character sheet is on your screen, it might
that's a good point.
Move where the pop-up shows up because it was doing that for me earlier too.
There we go.
And
That's
Thanks. Thank you for that solution. Well, I'll let you have the 14 rollie to be a median in the wave of a 10 to 18. As you guys look
Okay.
around and take in the grasp of the scenario, I believe I had told you all it was a hallucinatory terrain at the end of last session, as in you guys understood that much.
yeah.
And I had hinted towards something in which Jen was like, oh shit, about someone has potentially arrived sooner. But none of you guys would know whom that or what that is. As you look around, Yuli, you immediately notice that the orcs, and Rolly, you too would notice the orcs that are not at this time damaged and or hurt, including those few goblins left to blow up, are all paused. Almost as if the time for them has stilled, yet the hallucinatory terrain is absolutely a separate effect. What do you guys do as the entire scene outside of the flames roaring is at a still? Including Jin and Eric and Wiggles at this time.
Could I do like an
I
Arcana?
just remembered. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, could I just kind of roll an Arcana check, since I'm pretty sure magic is a foul here.
Sure. And what did you just remember?
The conversation I had with Jin.
Oh. So the floor is your guys' outside of Yuli rolling a 20 to open up his skills and perceptives. It is absolutely magic going on. There is a time stop effect happening on all of the allies and an illusion happening upon all of the enemies. Two separate effects, two very powerful and completely controlled. The source is nearby as you can feel the stream of energy just pooling and yawning as the entire area is being forced into a standstill. All but the three of you.
With that kind of roll, can I kind of grasp the concept that this is a pretty high level, or a bunch of high level spellcasters that we're probably dealing with?
Something or many things quite capable and organized to control such a large field of battle.
Copy. And it's just the orcs that are affected.
Your allies and the enemies. And two of your direct allies. 3, if you include Wiggles.
Gotcha.
You 3, as you look around, you see Rolly is scratching his head, and Círdan is shifting around, while everyone else, even Jin and Eric, seem to be still. Even their hairs don't waver in the wind. It begins to get kind of oddly eerie quiet outside of the roar of the flames, so I guess that would also give you the understanding of lack of activity amongst everyone.
Right.
Can I attempt to see if there's besides the three of us, if there's any other creatures moving about in the vicinity?
Give me a perception check, give me a perception check.
Oof. Rough.
You're looking around and it's very confusing. Something is here, but wherever it is, it's either behind something in which you naturally cannot see them, or they are hiding. Slowly, as you stand there before the
do we
giant
still
starts
have the battlefield? Because for me, it's just the black screen.
It's still here.
Wait, let me see if I
can see
reload the
it.
map. Hold on.
I can
Yeah,
see
it
it.
might take a second because it is a big map.
He just cleared the big blue circle.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I was like, man.
Let me see if it reload.
Yeah.
Because I did log in earlier, and I don't know if it was maybe because of that. Okay,
My
no,
first
it's still
time
just
stayed
showing
black.
up as a black screen.
Let me remove some effects. Let's get boring. I'm just kidding. Hold on. Let me delete all the dead bodies. Whoops. Didn't mean to open that. Dang, a lot of people died, guys.
Oh, you know what? Okay, maybe it's just because it's not loaded yet. Says you
does take
cannot
a
switch
while.
scenes until resources finish loading for your current view.
Yeah,
I
mine never
wonder if
loaded when it told me
that's-
that. I just refreshed until it like legit just appeared. But
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I think now it's working.
Yeah.
Now it's working.
it
All
did
right,
enough.
cool.
There's a bunch of fire assets and stuff, so it might take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we're good. I can see things now. It's like we're okay. Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I think the rollie next to the tent is the copy rollie, and then the real rollie's
Oh,
in
I
the back.
thought. Oh, you know what? You might be right. I clicked one of them and I just read the name.
I mean, he's still
Yeah,
able to
that
think
one's
and do
really
shit, so...
Up to- Let me see. I'm just curious though, which one it is. I really don't know which one's the copy. Apparently, we don't have identifiers.
Is there an enemy?
Well, the glowing
orc?
one is the identifier. I think you're right. Gotcha. I understand now. Okay, go ahead. What was that, Sirdon? Sorry.
Is there an enemy orc nearby that is like frozen? That's still alive?
These were the gifts. The orcs were your allies, but
Or yeah, I'm sorry.
you're right next to them.
Okay, and it's frozen solid, like it's
All
not
of them
moving.
are-
It's
Yeah, even Jin is still just like them.
I'm gonna attempt to like just stab this creature and see if it like does it stay frozen or does it like if I interact with it. Basically, I'm trying to see if interacting with it unfreezes it or not.
You shank it, and you hear just this like, and you yank it out, and blood is on your blade, but it's like
But it's still
stained. You don't see any
Okay.
blood dripping out. You don't hear any grunts, but you see a wound.
that. Whatever this is, you guys, this isn't good.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say this pretty unstandard.
I don't know that I've ever experienced something like this. Have you? Have either of you?
I mean, I know the slow spell, but it's not this crazy. This is some kind of like time stop effect.
Yeah, something this vast over a huge area is something I've never seen.
Don't give me an
How far
Arcana
away are we
check.
from the yeah, I guess that's what we kind of trying to determine is like how powerful a creature would you have to be able to pull off a stunt like that, you know?
Yuli, where are you?
It
Were,
might even be-
were you
it
up
might
here
even be
still,
like-
or you did? Oh, you're right here.
I might appeal for an insight check on that one instead of an Arcana check.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Like Rolly wants to know his
Yeah,
gut
your
feeling
gut kind of thought.
on
Yeah,
this.
yeah. You're not trying to smart it. You're trying to just feel it out.
Yeah.
Yuli uses his brain.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 2.
Your gut says it's powerful. Yuli, as you begin to like sit there and as you know, in your natural ancient ways, you have been an absorbent of all forms of magic and many times. Sirdon, did you want to roll a Arcana and or Insight also?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
No worries. Yuli, with the with the length. How old are you again?
A little over 100, I believe. You
So
double
you're like
check.
a young. You're right. You wanted to go on the young.
Yeah, a fairly adolescent elf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did my Arcana go through?
Yeah, no, I saw the 4. I saw the 2 or whatever you rolled. It was like a
No,
4
I
or
didn't.
2, but I did not see it
Okay.
appear on the screen.
I'll
I
roll
only saw the
again,
dice,
then.
but roll again. Yeah.
Yeah. See if it worked. Okay. It didn't work, but it was a good roll.
Yeah, interesting. Why are your rolls?
That's so weird.
Huh? I'll
Maybe
refresh
his
mine and see
character's
if
like
it
not
appears
on the
after.
map or
No,
like,
it's there.
loaded in.
It's right next to you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm refreshing mine to see if that's like.
Let's try.
Like I knew it didn't work for mine because
I'm gonna try refreshing mine.
But
Yeah, I mean, because I'm doing it straight through the.
yeah, just straight. Yeah, that's what I figured based on the way you were talking about it.
Yeah, and I could see it. I saw the roll. Well, PV,
Okay,
were you
you
able to
saw
see the roll?
roll.
Oh, he's muted. Let's try figuring out his mic.
The roll that
Yeah,
you just
there it
did.
is. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you saw the roll, but
You
not
can
the result,
visually
right?
see it, right?
I just saw the corner of my eye, the actual roll. I didn't see if it
That's
came up on the message board.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So,
No, yeah, I
There's an
refreshed.
issue with the message popping up.
Okay. Well, we will keep our eyes.
Does it
peeled
show
when
up for
it
the
comes to those.
DM or
Nope.
not?
No, I just refreshed also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's a big
Let's try
problem.
again. I refreshed.
Chat
Okay,
message does
wait.
not exist.
So
Oh, there it is.
That
okay,
worked.
now
Yeah, there you
now
go.
I went.
It took,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
it took some time.
Yeah.
I refreshed my page after loading in, and that seemed to do the trick. It looks
I
like.
appreciate you going through all that work for a 9. So,
Well,
Yuli.
I'm sure it's better than what I rolled before. So
Yeah, it would have been a 5.
I think your
guess.
first roll was
was a
like
4.
pretty low. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
4.
yeah.
The dice are not being kind to us.
Yuli, with your 100 years of experience, the signature in the air is the same on both sides of the field. This is one being.
Guys, I think things are about to get heavy. Do any of you know of a major arcanic being in this area? Because I haven't seen anything this powerful. But this is the works of one spellcrafter.
Well, there's that Dalkir.
What was that, Alex?
I was just asking, are we in combat? Because I would pull up
No,
the
I just
data
ended.
pad and try and
I
okay,
ended.
sure.
Initiative.
Yeah, then I would have the SOS log pulled up and be searching queries for creatures that can like stop time and do what we just saw.
Give me a intelligence at advantage as you handle the device.
Okay.
And search through it because you don't know exactly what you're searching for. You're just kind of looking for any kind of high tier red flags.
Not the brains of the operation anyway, so it's gonna be like less than a good guess.
So let's do
15.
Not bad. You put in some keywords based off of what Yuli's saying, and there's maybe a 52 or so records that pop up available to potentially sift through. The top 3 all refer to non-time type wizards. One was a red mage, the other was a shapeshifter, and the last one had a very serious, unique case of lycanthropy.
Great.
But none of them refer to very powerful spells of time and control of any nature.
So we got a red mage, a werewolf, and what was the other one?
Oh, I see. Sorry, I was so confused when you said that when I was thinking of the other guy. It was the red mage, the very serious case of werewolf, and the second one. Shit, what did I just tell you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It was something really bad, and I just kind of like my brain zapped.
When you said it back to me, I like totally spoofed it. Did anyone else catch it? Sirdon?
I missed it. My brain focused on the lycanthropy one.
Was it a lichen red mage? You got
red. No,
yeah, there's a third one though.
And I didn't catch the third.
We're gonna have to pull the recording for it. We'll leave it as a mystery.
It was an arcane something. Yeah, I guess we could just pull the recording. Okay.
Nothing good. Either a werewolf, a really fucking bad mage is in here, or there's other fucking thing. I don't even know what it is.
The mysteries linger.
Its magic is so vast that it already wiped my memory as to what it was.
Yeah, every time I read the page, I can't remember what I just read.
You're done. Can you give me a D100?
D100, yes. Oh, I don't need 2. I need only 1. Roll. 34.
Things flare up within you, and you hear like this taunting hint. Caution, Sirdon. What approaches is a favor.
We have a favor approaching, whatever that means.
Hey, we got any scissors? Can you sharpen it quick?
Is it? Would I recognize? Is this related to the Dalkir that we freed?
Oh, that's a great concept. You understand that when they say favor in the Fey world, if someone is bringing you a favor, they're going to be asking you for something you most likely will feel compelled to do for whatever reasons and purposes. Usually, in the Fey sense, when favors were coming, that was bad news.
Okay.
There's no business in the casino either.
Yeah.
Whatever unveils itself before us coming here, it's not going to be good. We should prepare ourselves.
As you say, prepare ourselves, you all hear an overbearing kind of. It sounds almost microphony, but it's in each of your minds. But it sounds microphony because you all feel like you can sense it from all around the three of you, which is a fairly widespread. There's let me see, about 100 or so feet, 110 feet between Sirdon and Yuli, and then both rollies are in between. Yeah. I would hope that your preparations weren't as necessary as my need to arrive at this time.
What do you mean?
I usually spend my times in the slaying plane, listening to old stories of those who died a valiant death in a war from some time or another. I don't often find myself having to intervene as much as I like to hear.
I'm gonna whisper. I'll message Sirdon.
What do you think he wants to hear?
I don't know, but I think I might know who this is.
Yuli, do you do anything from across the way? You are not privy to your allies whispering, but you see them having some kind of rash communication.
This is all in our minds, right? Like we're just hearing the voice.
Yeah, but all of you are aware that you each are hearing it. It's
Okay.
almost ridiculously loud for being in your head.
I could try and like Earl's lawyer and like be like, "Hey, I've got this like protection from detection. You can't tell us, you know."
You could. It doesn't change the fact that you
No.
still hear it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I would have to. But yeah, I could connect other people with the spell, but I think I would. This would be happening so fast that I probably would only be able to do it for one person.
Excellent. Yuli, is your mic working, my friend? We will continue until he gets back. Or types to us. So you're done? You had a hunch and you were going to share with Rolly, or what were you going to do with this?
I wonder.
All right.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yep.
Okay.
We got a friend too.
Also, I'll be right back. I gotta split my laundry, so I'll be give me a couple minutes.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
the other guy's up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to ask because it sounded like he seemed to know who this entity was, and so I was kind of asking, like, do you know what we're dealing with?
Well, you're not there is the thing, is you're 110 feet away from them.
I was going to do that with message.
Got it. Understood. Okay. So you would pop up.
I don't know
Okay,
if it goes
well,
that far.
I was asking if we were all telepathically
It's
linked,
it's
but you guys couldn't hear me.
Gotcha. No worries.
You
So
can
when
send
Sirdon
the
gets
message
back,
to one. You can send the message to one person. Rolly has like a weird ability that he's gained from like working at a cell phone company to connect multiple people together on a call.
we got a 5G set up somewhere in these mountains.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did for like 10 years. So,
And welcome, Wiggles. Are you there? Or are you listening in your?
I'm here. I'm listening. I don't know what's going on, but I'm listening.
we're
All
in
the
a battle,
conflicts stopped in
and
some way or
something
another.
time stopped.
Yeah,
Sad.
something halted the allies, tricked the enemies, and froze all but you four now. Wiggles, you snap out of it and you feel this odd voice saying, "Welcome." I was going to be bored if there wasn't some humor along with this story to tell. You hear this all in your head. I don't remember where your character was last night. So let's see. We're
He
gonna
was in a
say
coma. I didn't make it last session.
that makes a lot more sense. We're gonna say you're near Sir Don and Rolly.
Good, my bodyguards. Babysitters.
I mean, you are the longest range, and Cyrodiil's probably the best person to stand next to. So,
But with that, as Sir Don's gone, I'll give you guys a little more on the side that won't be threatening to his lack of hearing. This voice continues its nature of communicating telepathically to all of you, though, again, all of you are aware you are all experience this, including your simulacrum. Oh, I had just met another adventuring group, and I discovered something interesting. A lot of you lack purposes beyond your abilities. Any of you wish to tell me a story of not meeting your purpose?
My purpose is to the highest bidder, I suppose. I know that isn't anything out of the norm in these areas, but my purpose can easily be bought.
you kind of raise an eyebrow if he's nearby me, right? No, he's pretty
Well,
far away.
you would hear him. I mean, I
Oh,
well,
I can hear
yeah,
him
like
through
you
the
guys are
thing.
talking aloud, yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't see it, but Rolly
yeah.
would be raising his eyebrow.
Anyone else have something to share? Some people lack listening skills.
Just something that we failed our purpose.
Like when we killed that dragon and we didn't succeed in getting the lizard people to join us?
Yeah, that was you. That was all you. Definitely. See, Wiggles has got a good one.
Ah, I see. And what did it make you feel like? What is your name? Sprinkles, I've heard in the previous passings.
Oh. Sprinkles, you must know my poison vendor.
There's no one for you to actually look at, so there's just an odd silence. It's like an ominous voice. Do you continue, Wiggles, speaking to Thinner?
I'd be looking up this plane, the plane of slaying. He said.
Okay, good idea. As you go through the tablet and
I happen to know how to get there if they want to go. So.
It appears, and in the history of SOS, dates back multiple different time periods that doesn't quite make sense to you immediately, Rolly. But nonetheless, you see at least 7 different eras being mentioned, all at the same time somehow, about an epic war called the Slaying Wars. Key figures from every assumed era apparently appeared, allying naturally with whom one side or the other. This particular war was birthed in the era of Instinct, which is the second era to reside across this region.
Which era are we in?
Recall, which is the 4th.
4th. That's what I thought. Okay, I was right.
With that, even mentions of locations that don't even exist to you now are brought up. This is the one place where all of those who have seen the histories and converged in one to stop something lay at rest.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
Nobody has ever come back, but those who travel there usually go mad hearing the howls and groans of those who are waiting to finish their businesses and go home. Their souls stuck and tied to this plane for unknown reasons. It is a place in which necromancers wish they can enter like a candy land, but when they do, the trades they make are more than they even realize.
They usually are. Yeah.
And so the slain plane has been named, and very few know how to reach it.
Another time I failed to meet my purpose, I was eaten by a demon, and I still came back from that somehow.
I could tell you, but it's not as exciting as you'd think.
Oh, well, I'd love to know how that went.
I'm
There's
gonna
these.
message
Go ahead. Mhm.
Sirdon while he's talking because I'm hearing this. I'm guessing.
What do you go ahead.
Is he back yet? If he's not back yet,
Oh.
then I'll just wait.
Actually, that's a great
He's
question.
not back
Sir Don.
yet.
He's
Okay.
muted, so
When he gets back, Rolly would have said at this time.
I think this is a fucking demi-lich. Why are you doing that?
give me one quick second, guys. Thank you.
Right?
I'm trying to distract this thing. Give me more stories. When did I fail?
I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it's easy to like.
I was
your whole
gonna say,
character's
there
thing
should
is,
be
like,
some-
failing on purpose. Like, I'm trying to
Okay, sorry about that,
differentiate the
everybody.
times Wiggles failed from the times Avi failed, because like Avi would just like fail everything until Wiggles came back.
Avi was just a mess.
Yep.
He had a hell of a personality, though.
Yeah. Alright. So I'm the DM stepped away for a second. We are hearing this thing talk to Wiggles. Wiggles is kind of telling him times that he failed his purpose is what he asked, and Wiggles just is kind of like ranting on like random stories is what I'm picking up. And then Rolly would have messaged to Sirdon that he thinks this is possibly a demi-lich from the plane that it came from.
But Sirdon, you also had something you wanted to share. But before that, something that was left out is your ally Yuli straight up said, "I'm cheap, and anyone who can afford me, I am loyal to."
He sold out immediately.
Yeah, straight up. That was the first thing he did was, "I can be enlisted."
It's like, I'll work for you.
Yeah, but he didn't fail his purpose when he did that. That's like,
That is correct, Wiggles. That is very
I'm
correct.
disappointed in him. Her, the new person.
So Sirdon's guess
like
or
him.
thought was that this entity might be related to Jin.
Oh. Possibly. He might have been around that long. I don't really know.
So I should keep trying to make friends with it?
I mean, he's from around the same time that Zombie was like a thing. When did the genie? I look up genies. I'm gonna look up genies and see what age the genies appeared in.
Okay.
If it was like the third
you
age,
pull that
then
up.
it wouldn't make sense. But if it's like the second or the first age, well, fuck yeah, it could definitely have something to do with them.
And they do appear in the era of origin, which is the first year.
Okay.
We can't forget that time everybody was being chased by the shadow dragon and I just kind of stood on a cliff and watched.
That's true.
That is a good one.
I don't think you guys knew about that one yet.
That was your introduction. You guys hear this figure. I applaud you. Sprinkles, in which is not declared as. I do not know your name, and for that reason, it shows me how well you've done your task in failing your purpose. Congratulations. Though your marking on this parallel still leaves me needing you around, so do not leave just yet. Do your allies share in these failures, or were you alone?
Oh, we fail all the time together. It's normally my fault.
A man who's willing to take the burden onto their shoulders holds the world, they say. You don't look that strong, however.
No, but I do like to try and make friends with spiders, and that doesn't turn out very well.
I once heard of a young pirate who made a spider queen dance and practically almost go right into mating.
Oh man.
But that was clearly just an escape for their survival. But then I did hear claims of one very famous Big Daddy. Ah, how he will be missed.
What? He was kind enough to take me home one day.
Then you understand his downfall. Kindness is never good for a spider.
I don't know if it was kindness, but
Siadan, yes, that's the name. Finally, found that. And you're acquainted with the famous goblin DJ. Goblicon, is it?
Indeed. What of it?
You both reek of problems, but they are not mine to solve. In fact, I have a new problem for you all. And I chose you four specifically due to your loyalty. You guys hear the word loyalty echo like a chamber, even though you're outside, coming from Yuli. Otherwise, how do you guys respond?
And what problem might that be, Ancient One?
Ancient. No. Persistent in living, yes. Though I wish I would die sometimes. I speak to so many dead. They make me realize how good I have it. Do you ever feel that once in a while?
every time I summon sprinkles,
Not the same thing, but I guess relative.
Well, time does flow differently in the Feywild where I'm from, so
Did you
I
know-
suppose in one way, I guess it's a little different, isn't it?
Did you know in the Feywild, if you were to hold on to the Silly Queen's wand, you could make time do a 360? Have you ever seen time do a 360 before?
Not personally.
Imagine if you were the one put into this 360, you'd come out in so many different possibilities at the same time. It would take one molecule of your entire existence, the will to fight, to bring you all back together. The problem being is we don't know which one molecule is strongest until you're split between 360 possible universes at the same time. Usually people end up in a very dark place and don't get out. But it is interesting all the same.
You mentioned you had a problem for us.
Yes, but what was the goblin saying? Sorry.
Oh, I said that sounds like going through a black hole, like spaghettification, basically.
Well, I don't know what a black hole is, but if you've been through something and it sounds like that, then I'd say quite similar, yes. And I do have a favor that this Seardon must take, because to my understanding, He wasn't too on key with blowing up the good old Asperians encampment. Or were you?
I don't think so.
Would it intrigue you if I told you that the current local orc leadership is under false pretenses?
Kind of would raise an eyebrow and say, "Do you care to elaborate?"
The current leadership in which is leading these men to bomb this facility, in which they will succeed when you take my quest. They will be comfortable and relaxed thinking that they have no worries. However, you must flee this scene without being noticed by any of the current active members when I bring things back. And sneak off to their camp. I'll tell you where it is. And kill him. You get caught, you kill anything that witnesses it. Simple, no?
Sounds simple enough. But what stake do you have in all of this? Why do you care? Why would you make the effort to put on such a show? And
Oh, this show. I didn't even put the fireworks out. But I applaud your appreciation. I did this because a few of you don't agree. Particularly a disciple of mine, as he blindly follows this carrot top from a particular era I myself might be a bit too fond of.
which era is that?
Depend if you succeed or not. Information is currency.
So you'll tell us if we succeed.
I'll absolutely enlist you for further tasks if you can show me this simple, trivial task is capable amongst your smaller troop. I'm sure I can pluck you anytime I need away from those who disagree. After all, your guys' maturity is nowhere near my ranking.
And your disciple? What of him?
He just is misleaded. He has faith in someone with my absence that I did not allow.
Is he referring like who are you referring to? Who is your disciple?
Well, don't take this in an odd way, but a genie I gave birth to.
Do you want cookie? You put the dinosaur.
He's giving me instructions to go to bed afterwards in his room with the dinosaur hung.
When you're done with it, lay me and put the dinosaur blanket. Yeah, so no buggy.
So it doesn't bug my eyes from the light. Thank you. I appreciate you.
And I just get some.
Close your eyes and get some sleep.
This was a big one, dude.
Yeah. Good night.
But still, I don't stimulation.
He just turned 4 yesterday, so he's still on his birthday.
Yeah.
Aww.
All that cake.
All the toys, all the
Sugar
everything.
rush.
Yeah, he's like, you guys have to experience everything with me.
Aw.
So, anyways, he goes, well, don't take this the wrong way, but the genie in which I gave birth to has been present amongst your troop for some time.
And you feel he is being led astray.
He's been following a blinking beacon per instruction, but let's say that beacon has been malfunctioning to my liking.
And this beacon. What can you tell us about it?
There is a location far from now that witnesses the end of all of Area. They are doing their very best to prevent that from happening for your sake, so you can see tomorrow and a week from now and so forth and so on until you make your own foolish mistakes and end your own visuals of the life before you. Why they do it, I don't quite understand. They've already lost in theirs. They already have nothing ahead of them. And yet they come back here to move you all forward. Anyone is free to respond. This is open communication and the ambiance.
So, Mr. Jin's mom, what's your name? What should we call you?
The name I give you, he does not know. So he may not believe this encounter ever existed. But as of recent, I have been known as Sebastian.
The amount of
Does that
willpower
name
takes
like ring
tonight.
any bell?
Yeah. What is
Is that really?
Is this related to any crabs or anything?
We'll see. We'll see. What was that, Sirdon? Is that something you would know?
Broly would actually
Does
assume that
the
this thing is actually giving us a fake name. I don't think it would give
Yeah,
us his real
he
name.
very said that. He literally said what I'm currently being called is Sebastian. And he made it very clear
Oh,
that Jin would not believe you
Sebastian.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Fair enough. Okay.
As you guys look across, you see that Jin is not alone as someone looks over his stillness. We'll enlarge this just for visual senses. They are not this large. You see a cloaked, jacketed individual with this jet black, multiple straps all over them in this kind of calm. And when I say calm, I mean very modern to you guys steampunk attire. It doesn't have gears and switches, but it has large, kind of goggly like, puncture bolts and heavier kind of metals that dingle that look like they could be stakes for a tent. Though his entire getup looks very, very purposeful. It almost looks like a straitjacket, though none of you guys would know what that actual device is in this world. It almost seems as if the purpose of his intentions is to withhold himself in like a thunder blanket of sorts. But upon it, you see a massive necklace that has three kind of circle pendant like bases to it, and each one of them are linked together, but you're not quite sure what would be holding it, as there is no chain and there is no actual weld connecting the three pieces of this unique metal. Though it gives this Mickey-like vibe. The two top pieces, one is a indented lens, the other is a beveled lens, which means one is going into his chest and one is coming out toward you. Not necessarily deep, but maybe I'd say an inch and a half from the rim of the circlet. And then the major piece in the center, which would make the face of our Mickey, is a skull. Beautifully in detail inlaid out of what looks to be some kind of precious mineral, maybe metal in nature, hard to tell. Pale skin, basic face, very white, kind of cold eyes, but he has a dark pupil of unknown color. It's not black, but you can't figure out what else it could be. And his hair is basic, simple, no browns, pure pigment black, with strands that look ruffled, though it looks almost as if that is where they stay and are placed like a cartoon character. No matter how hard they shake their head, their hair goes nowhere.
Are they frozen too?
As you say that to yourself in question, asking the great gods beyond the tabletop, he looks at you.
Are you Sebastian?
Yes, let's say I am.
Do you need help out of that jacket?
It's for comfort, believe it or not. Arcana check from all of you.
Oh boy. Good old hard guess.
Oh no.
11. Better than a 10. A 3.
Did you
I'm
put
not
yourself
rolling
in that
well
jacket?
tonight.
Yeah. I've had like one good roll, and I think he gave me advantage.
Oof, Yuli, very nice. Yuli, this man has no magic in his body. How is if he's the one casting this? It is near impossible to your understanding of the Feyres.
I would ask him, like, did he put himself in that jacket?
Yes, I actually designed it. There's very little people where I come from. I can't imagine who would actually be willing to help me.
Where do you
Why
come
there?
from?
Histories, and more. I came from the boat, believe it or not. Called the
Do you
Ecumenical.
enjoy Do you enjoy the restraint nature? Do you like? Is this
Restrained. You see
your
two
day to
arms
day?
just whip out from the sides, where it looked like he was completely bound. He literally has full flexibility, and it's like a whole new type of tear. It's not spandex, it's not tar pulling, it's not any kind of latex. Rolly, with your true scene, what you see is literally a person wearing the same garment. No magic in their body. But what you see inside of them is a unique mana pool of their own power. It's like a unique idea that's never existed. It's something in which their sheer will allows them to cast. Their sheer will allows them to make this magic or Feyres or capability of power even possible. Though Rolly's the only one that sees this at that time. You don't even know what it is, Rolly. You just see something. There's something inside him powering whatever the fuck he's capable of doing, as Yuli calls
It
out.
goes into the astral plane, essentially. Like his
Thank you.
power
It
does.
is,
Like
but I can't
I
say it that way for meta purposes. But yeah,
yeah,
there was a lot of
yeah,
astral
I
behind
know.
that. So it is very off-putting. As he continues, you see these straps. Each one is a parallel that I destroyed personally. Not by choice, of course. Do not look at me like the evil that I can be.
So are those places you failed?
I like the way you put that. I failed because I could not find a solution for their survival. So in a way, yes. But what caused them my failure was theirs to find their own solution, or salvation for that matter. And I did not just go and snap a finger and Thanos be gone. No. I turned the last place I demoralized against each other. First, the kids had an uprising. When they realized they depopulated 80% of them, they tried to change. By then, it was too late. The parents were too far gone, demented in their minds from what they had done, or what they had witnessed, or what they had been affected by. Self-infliction was the easiest way of one going. I am the embodiment of what I like to say. Everyone's a death. But death himself has never greeted them to me.
I got a soft 20. Did I learn anything?
There's not a lick of magic in his body, but he would probably like an apple.
You would like an apple?
Where is it from? I do enjoy sampling the different fruits of our labor.
Oh, all over. I love apples.
I'll take one of each.
I hand him like 6 apples.
As you hand
I
him
would-
all 6. Go ahead.
I would keep an eye on the like contents of the matter of the apples, and if they like are being dematerialized at an atomic level or something when it passes
It's super
on to
funny
this.
that you say that, because what I was
Yeah.
gonna describe was as you pass all 6 apples, they immediately wither into what looks to be ashes, and then without even billowing away in wind,
I
vanish.
knew that was gonna.
These will be interesting. I will enjoy them
That
later.
was a neat trick.
I'm not
How'd
full
you
of
do
tricks.
it?
There's a song out there in the battlefields, but for short, simple terms, I was unfortunately born this way.
This thing is a well of arcane power. It passes all the way to the ethereal plane. I don't know what the hell this thing is, but hopefully it's friendly.
You have all witnessed
I'm gonna
failure, which
make
is
it
why
my
I'm
friend.
here. Your failures is your time to redeem. Take out this false orc leader. They are a changeling. There's a bridge that leads to their camp. And once we leave from here and you successfully sneak away or don't, that is your problem. They will bomb the Lisperian camp. Your friends will snap back to believing that you succeeded, because you did. But whether or not you divulge my key interest in the matter is your own fates. I don't threat. I just promise the less people know, it truly is better. But the more you share with small, simple minds just causes more chaos.
A changeling,
Then let us
huh?
redeem ourselves. Let us destroy this changeling and rid them of the falsehood that they follow.
They are not following anything.
Who this changeling? Who
That
put
was
them up
what
to it?
That was the other thing too, right? Like that was the thing we forgot. It was a change.
I don't think I've ever shared it with you guys. I mean, yes, there are things that's changed things. I have mentioned a few, but I don't think I ever hinted anything toward the orcs.
Okay.
To be fair.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
All right. Okay, so what did
I
you
have
say
been
to
writing
that?
this for a while, so it's very possible you might have witnessed something being in another session. But it is correlated in some aspect, yes, because every campaign is actually on in or at around clasp right now, which is super funny. Like literally all of you guys. Thursday's group is here. You guys are here. Mondays originated here and is still around here. So all the sessions are literally here in town, so to speak. So there's been a lot of me jumping around with terms and whatnot, which are all valid. But with such, indeed, a changeling. Who put him up to it? Well, have any of you heard the term arbiter?
In what context?
In general, they don't exist here unless you've heard of them.
I guess
Like a
have
judge.
I?
So they really have kept you in the dark. Well, to not hurt your minds, let's just say there's somebody pulling strings and nobody knows who they are. At least not yet. But something tells me that path is getting very hard.
You seem to know a lot. Do you know where I could get a sunstone?
I'm sure there's plenty in this lane. Perhaps I can grab one for you. But what do I get in return? I do have business there. I met some other adventurers. One of them was a necromancer. I told them I'd get them like a president or something. What were you saying, Rolly? Sorry.
Ooh.
We can go there.
If you do, you risk your minds and more. I'm not worried. I don't have a lick of magic in me. There's nothing for them to grasp to.
What kind
So
of
we are
gift should we
curious.
get him, guys?
Is anyone worried about the task you have? I point out the bridge. I give you a mental map. I disappear and let all of this play out like you wanted it to, and you sneak away. Your allies will not remember anything until you return. Whether you're seen by everyone or not, they will not witness a thing. Your failure will mean failure, which you are all very common with. But success is redemption.
If we succeed in this, what's to make of this hornet's nest that we stirred here on this battlefield?
Unfortunately, this war is coming. This battle has been ongoing. This explosion of a camp so close to neutral land will cause an outrage along the west. And they will absolutely have the numbers. Whether you care to involve yourself further beyond that is up to you. The one you were murdering is not the ultimate leader of the orcs. They could still retreat or recruit others. We are just removing a small war band that has been purposefully misused. And that is why we are attempting not to harm any of those in which were innocently abused. The leader is all we need. I assure you, not even his closest lackeys understand what he really is. His death should make all the orcs agree at the moment of contact. I doubt anyone would follow a changeling when they've been lied to. But I cannot promise they won't defend him until otherwise proven.
Orcs have quite a tendency of not letting things go. They're going to take this anger of being misled out on something or someone.
Perhaps you answered the question of why I'm here.
Is there a way to reveal him as a changeling without...
There is, actually. But I rarely see it. I once knew a man named Wally. He would use this unique beam that came from the moon itself. Though it's a trick hardly carried, for whatever reasons. Does anyone actually know what I'm referring to? Just out of curiosity.
Nope.
All right, that works for me. Yuli, go ahead and give me an Arcana, because you've been rolling really hot on Arcana, so there's a good chance you would absolutely know what this is, especially being an elf.
Comes in to save the party with his brain.
Wait, what about me?
Well, I told you exactly what it was, and you didn't answer me, so that means you definitely don't know.
I have no idea.
Yuli, do you know what this is without having to roll?
Mm.
Would you like to solve the puzzle?
Like initially, I was thinking of something like an in-game thing, but are you talking about like?
It's in game? It exists. I'm not making this up as a unique idea. This is a spell
Okay.
that is available. Do you know what
Oh
I'm
no,
referring?
then I'm not off the top of my head now.
Okay. A 16 isn't high enough to get it for free. There's something out there. I don't know if any of you guys can get it. Honestly, I'm not sure. I've never considered it, but none of you guys ever used it either. So I make a character, and when I do, it always has this spell. If it's a spellcaster, I will do it multicast, whatever I have to do to acquire it, just because of that purpose. It's also super badass, but it's out there. So with that, he goes on. Are you all acceptant of this favor? Or do I have to convince you?
Does that to kill the shapeshifter?
Correct.
Like I said before, I'm easily bought.
Your payment is your pride, and that we will see each other again.
Payment is not being dead.
If that's his payment, then I suppose mine will be redemption.
Very good.
For I don't necessarily know if the path we're walking is the correct one. I have my suspicions.
You have all the Feywild with you. You are the perfect witness. For all you see, they see, and it will become history amongst the Fey. Consider the impact you can give.
I'm gonna try and focus internally and see if I could gauge any feeling of the four within.
Sure.
And see what their sort of vibe or how they're
Yeah.
if there's any emotions evoked from them or
Sure. Okay.
any sort of
Hell yeah, let's do it.
would that be a roll or
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought you said insight or something, to be fair.
oh
I
no
thought-
so roll
Sorry.
insight then.
Let me check what you actually have. I thought you said that personally when you were talking.
No,
but
no.
Let me give you something better. Yeah, you're much better talking to people than feeling people. But
So
I'll give
is
you perception
Moonbeam an actual spell?
because it's internal to you. Say that again, Wiggles.
Is Moonbeam an actual spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a druid spell.
Is that the spell he's talking about then?
Probably not.
Yeah, the movie's kind of like a druid.
Well, maybe. Yeah,
So-
if you get stuck in a certain spot,
After
it
being
can
from
be
the
really
sky.
good.
A shape changer makes its saving throw at disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly
don't.
reverts to original form.
See it on.
Oh, wow. What? That's cool.
I never knew that about.
Yeah,
It
I
does
never knew that about Moonbeam.
doesn't it?
Well,
I
As
know
a DM,
about
that has
but
been my
it
secret
never,
tool
it
every
never
time.
comes up. It never
Yeah.
comes up.
No. I moonbeam the shit out of everything. As a player, I'm like,
Moonbeam.
oh, is this the boss?
Is that a mimic?
Moonbeam. Like they're like literally they fail, we find out the truth. They succeed. There's a chance that we can find out the truth. And you can move the
Nobody
moonbeam, which is the
lies to
best.
me.
It's just like a laser from the sky that you just control, as long as no one knocks out your concentration.
Concept, a druid that thinks that everybody's impersonated. Everybody's a
Right. Like a super nervous person.
trying to seduct the moonbeam people.
I've never stole from the liquor store. Moonbeam. You're a thief. I knew it. Oh. But yes, Moonbeam is the spell, and thank you, Wiggles. I appreciate your desire to discover it, and I'm glad that none of you guys realized how awesome it is. It is a sleeper spell, but it is.
I never knew it had that add-on to it. I always just use it as like a bonus action damage dealer for a druid.
That's what I'm saying. It's amazing. Like you use it for what you think is already great, but when you realize what it could do, it's more powerful. Anyways, if you guys want to hear a story about it, I'll type it later. So with that, Sirdon, you understand that the internal beings within you, he is not wrong. They all witness everything you do. Your actions are everything they're going to be telling stories of. Whether or not they love you, they hate you, they despise you, or they want you to succeed. When they go home, they will absolutely be talking about everything they experience, because that's what Fays do. They chatterboxes. They don't stop. And you have the entire seasons of the Feywild with you. I'm talking the wind is going to whisper to people of whatever the fuck you've experienced as an answer to someone's problems. That's how much influential power you have of a particular realm at this time. No pressure. I'm gonna go get a beer while you guys discuss as a team what you want to do.
Can anybody learn Moonbeam super fast?
I almost think it's exclusively for druids.
I have Moonbeam.
You do?
I'm pretty sure it's part of my subclass.
Yeah.
It's always prepared for me.
Record scratch. Wait a second. We have a Moonbeam Paladin.
Well,
It's
the ancients,
literally
right?
It's literally part of my. It's always prepared.
Yeah.
I've
you're the
never
ancients,
thought
yeah.
to use it.
You have it. Oh man. Okay. Is that what? Is
Because-
that Oath of Ancients gets that?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Oath of Ancients. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
It's
so
been
just
a really
being
cool
Oh, yeah.
class to play.
Yeah, if I could play like one class again, it'd probably be that. Like that's so much fun. Spellcasters.
As
are
Wiggles'
like, "What? I don't
reward,
care
you
about
have to get him a
spellcasters."
sunstone.
Well, he said it was on the plane that he came from. And said it was a pretty terrible place, but I do have plane ships, so I could send you there if I wanted to. You can go get it yourself.
He said he would get it for us. We have to get him a gift in return.
I don't know if he's gonna go for that. I think his like thing is like, do this for me so I don't nuke you off the planet.
Yeah.
No, I trust him.
He picked us because we're loyal.
He knows that we know how fucked things are.
Yeah, he
baby
knows we
steps.
know how fucked things. Yeah.
That's what he is.
Wiggles
yeah.
doesn't know
But-
shit.
I would say his timing's kind of off because he waited. Like I think the last thing we did before he showed up was kill that one woman that we never figured out who she was, but she seemed to be pseudo running the show, and I can't remember. I think we blew her up. I forget how she went, but that was the last thing that happened. And all of a sudden, the area got in front of us got warped, and then this guy showed up saying, "Hey, why don't you go kill this sport guy?" That's actually a changeling. So it's the timing's kind of suspicious.
Maybe we
Well,
fucked
to be
up the
fair, I think
timeline.
the timing is probably such because we fucked it up. So it's probably like, oh shit, they shouldn't be doing this. I gotta stop them.
Which kind of leads me to my next question:
Literally
if he's
some
this powerful,
demigod
why can't he do it himself?
Well, demigods and gods usually don't like actively like doing shit themselves. Like,
Right.
We just happen to be so blessed as to do the bidding
Well,
of a
and
demigod.
it's
Yeah.
also possible that maybe he's not allowed to like
directly
physically
intervene,
and like directly intervene. Maybe he has to like explain. I mean, I don't know. This is just obviously pure speculation, but it seems
This-
pretty.
Yeah, this is not Vietnam. There are rules. Can't just intervene.
So can I make him my friend or not?
I don't think he
Report.
wants your friendship.
Yeah, he
he's
seems a bit gothy.
I don't think he
been around-
cares.
he's been around, yeah, he's been around so long. Like we're just like ants, basically.
Yeah, he's like the little kid with the magnifying glass. Like
Yeah,
he can
basically.
just snuff
These ants
everything
look
out.
cool. They just
Yeah.
not killing us because we're the cool looking ants. Fuck. Hope he doesn't get bored.
Okay, so we have to remember to use Moonbeam on everyone, because he has a whole bunch of changelings sitting around.
Everything's a changeling.
You know, the irony
Well,
is
it's kind of,
all my Moonbeam players are usually changelings.
So
it's gonna
DM, we
be kinda hard.
discovered that Seardon has Moonbeam always prepared.
Yeah, he's Oath of the Ancients.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I didn't know, but I realized no one's ever benefited from it when that could have solved many, many problems.
I will say it will be kind of hard to indiscriminately cast Moonbeam on if we're trying, like, because you kind of mentioned that the best way to do this is to try and do it in a way where no one even knows
The
that
less
we were there.
witnesses, the better, because of fucking
We're
history.
gonna get Death Star like launching a laser on
Yeah.
the camp. Like,
I mean,
For sure.
we do have Force Cage and we do have Wall of Force. Like, there are ways to do this.
But nonetheless, Your guys' task is at hand. You guys agree? Is there any kind of demands you make prior to forwarding?
The only demand I think would be, at least from Seardown's perspective, would be to elaborate on what he promised to tell us, because he mentioned that information is currency and that he would only tell us more after we did this task, and so he would expect him to uphold that.
Very well. Let's give you a teaser so you understand that what I tell you is more true than fable. And this isn't just a goose chase, even though I feel like I've displayed enough demonstration. I have heard of how everyone has failed in the slaying all the dead that I rise to tell me their tales. Explain the very moment they failed. They give me the reason why. It doesn't always mean that it is. And let's say I've met a few that I keep going back to because their tales are so good. And then I found out that it relates to many people still out here. And I thought what fun it would be to find them and fix things for good.
Gonna need a
I don't think you can ever
sunstone.
fix anything for good.
Well, that's because individuals like yourself believe in such.
Alright,
Then again,
time's not really static, is it?
do you see time moving around us? It's been quite a while
Yeah.
since it has. Oh, I apologize. Time
That's
has been
like the true scene. Like, honestly.
as you're looking around, you realize that it's actually not in this exact zone. You see birds flying off, and then birds that fly into this area, like probably say within 100 feet, disappear.
Oh,
And then over time, pop out on the other side.
Oh,
so we're like in a bubble then.
Guessing some kind of aura from whatever this guy is.
Which makes it all the more enticing that you have to follow him. It's like if he showed up with like a halo and wings and like just doves flying around, but this guy really makes you want to just follow him around and do what he tells us to do.
Sounds like it to some.
Yeah, he won't even give us his name, so like we need to like be careful, I guess. Okay.
I need a
Are we
sunstone or
agreed to
friendship
I think we are in
before I
agreement.
agree to help.
Show us the way,
Sunstone is
Seabass.
least of my problems. And as much as I like the creatures below the surface, do not refer to me to such again.
Don't understand.
You guys all get a vision in your heads. It shows you this very simple trail that leads out about where you guys are. As you head up to it, it's a massive dam. This dam is considered a bypass to avoid many of the orcs' security checks. It is usually monitored, but at this point, it isn't. Going that way is not a guarantee of safety, but the safest concept of passage, at least from the orcs. Beyond that is the camp itself. The camp is simple, as any way of orcs are, though there are a handful of patrols left behind. Any of them witness such individuals arriving, the history changes. Every single one that dies, the history is removed. There is no good or bad at the end of the day. It's all neutral, but how that neutral story ends is up to you. Your goal is to get into a particular camp, which will be identified for you when you arrive. You will also have the vision understanding of the patrols. You can split the party or go by yourselves or however you wish to do it to avoid all said patrols. But do not consider it any simplistic nature of just blowing the whole place up, because you could do that and walk away with no issues. But is it always that simple? With this,
No,
You're saying we just nuke all the camps and then we don't have to worry about it.
But the whole premise of this is they're being duped by a mischievous changeling. If we just go and nuke the camp, then that doesn't awaken anybody. It just pisses off a bunch of orcs.
So go on.
Can we turn Cerdon invisible, give him pass without a trace, and see if he can cast Moonbeam?
I will give you all about, let's say, 4 minutes to come up with a plan to escape this place without being caught. And then everything will come back. You'll hear an explosion, and I believe, we'll say with the extra 4 minutes, in about 19 minutes. How they get in is unknown, but the explosion will happen.
Rolly, you have the ability to turn invisible, right?
Yeah, I can turn quite a few people invisible. And for a minute, I can make it so that you can, fuck with people while you're invisible.
There's only the 4 of us, right?
Well,
Can you do 4?
Let's find out.
It's like bippity boppity boo, and the 4th is left out.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say if you can only do 3, I have means I can cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just wouldn't have to use as much of a spell slot, but I could do a 5th level spell slot and just get all of us if I wanted to.
Copy.
But that
We would have to make
Double.
sure we don't lose track of each other if we do leave invisibly.
Do we have like string or anything we could use?
I think I have rope we can tie.
Yeah.
Or like hold on to.
And I'll say this too.
I have a yard of, let's see, a 10-foot length of string. So
it's not very much for 4 bodies. You guys be pretty close together at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and
you don't just have to hold on to it though. You don't have to like wrap it around yourself.
Yeah, we don't have to like.
I agree, but I'm just saying it's not like massive range. But go ahead, Yuli. You also had thought.
I was gonna say I'm assuming that your invisibility is standard. It's not advanced. So the moment you cast Moonbeam, you will become visible. So keep that in mind when you're casting.
Yep.
Right. Unless you have greater.
Which I don't think
I have 11 10-foot lengths of string.
Oh, God damn.
I have a lot of string. Actually.
Okay, you got a lot of string.
Could we cast invisibility, get out of here, and then cast greater invisibility on Cerdon so he can do Moonbeam?
That could work.
I would drop invisibility then on everybody, because then I wouldn't be concentrating on invisibility anymore. So no.
But the other guy can do invisibility.
Yeah, he could do his own, but that's just one person.
That's one person.
What we should do is, so if you could cast it on everybody, and then Rolly could cast greater invisibility on Cerdon, but then I would drop invisibility. Yeah, no, there's no way to do it. There's no way to like finagle it. You just have to kind of spell.
Well, it might work if one person casts invisibility, we get there, I do the Moonbeam, and then the other person casts invisibility on everybody else again.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Away. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just have Rolly and Cerdon do it. Or here's what we could do. Even better plan. Have Rolly hide somewhere. because he's really
Yeah.
fucking good at hiding. He's a goblin, so just have him hide. We'll all be invisible from the other player's invisibility spell. I'll cast greater invisibility on you, so you can go in, cast the moonbeam. You'll be invisible the whole time you do it. Come back out, and then I'll cast invisibility on both of us, and we just sneak out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna say my stealth's pretty high too, so that way we got double.
Okay. Well, that's
Double the cover in case something.
You need to stay stealth, because if they find you, then it's dropping invisibility on everybody. So, you
Well,
just need to hide
but-
your ass.
But my problem with my invisibility is I only have it at second slot level.
Oh, you
like
can't
it's
go
it's
any
low end.
higher.
No, like I can only cast invisibility on myself
Shit.
or one person.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rip. Okay, so the plan has to change. So I can cast it. You can't cast greater though. You can only cast just regular.
Yeah, I
right?
can't cast greater.
Okay.
Like I literally only have like a second
Okay.
level spell slot.
All right, so we have to do it with rollies. So hold on. We have 2 rollies.
You do have 2 rollies.
We forgot about the clone.
The other one's like
This is
waving.
beautiful.
It's
Oh my god.
I am early.
I have broken the game. Wait, hold on. I have a second character sheet. Yeah, we can definitely do it that way. We can have the copy rolly cast invisibility on everybody, and then he'll just stealth through. We can still do the whole trick with the casting that and having rolly hide and stuff, but that way it doesn't matter. It's just like we do have the ability to do it. So he'll just cast it at 5th level and get all of us.
Okay, hold on. I have an idea.
Did
on
I
how to
cast
separate the
Pass
two,
Without a Trace?
because it's gonna share your sheet. So hold on. Rolly V2 is you, and then the
So
other
you
one.
would have to do pass without a trace first before invisibility.
Right. Yep.
But should I do that?
Yes. 100%
100%.
yes.
Yeah, we need it.
This is the time to do that.
Yeah, this is when we need it.
Okay. It lasts an hour. I'll do it.
Yeah. Invisibility lasts an hour too. So we've, like you said, we have like 16 minutes. So okay, fine. It won't run out.
Okay, so you cast Pass Without a Trace. You guys are all boomed. Wait, give me a second.
Let me see if Real Rolly wants to cast anything first. Hold on. I don't know. He could concentrate on something to help us. I could just give Bardic out. Can we take a short rest? No, we don't have time for that.
No.
Yeah. We could summon the Pegasus. I think we might need it. Because if I'm riding it, then I'd be invisible too. Because any spell that's affecting you would make the mount invisible. I mean, if I fell off, it would be, but that way I could cast the spell down on you. That'd be very hard for me to hide, though. It'd be like a dude on a Pegasus. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Okay. Convince myself not to.
So, what if you guys start with just escaping here?
Okay.
How would you go about that? If everything came back to life where you were standing, how would you guys flee the scene without it being obvious you walk away?
Well, there's quite a bit of chaos, so I think we just kind of whistle and walk to the north. Most of the goblins already went on their run to try and blow everyone up. There's not a whole lot still up north where we're at, so you could just be much like a nice little stealth check.
Just to Scooby Doo out of here with your +10.
Yeah,
I mean, we could +10 and cast invisibility on everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure you guys are cool with it. I just don't want you guys to feel like you're pressured into making decisions now.
Like you said, the thing's gonna happen in 16 minutes. We've got to find the guy. Like, we're right next to the camp where he is. So, yeah, if this is the time to do it, let's do it. So,
Yeah.
we'll all stealth to group up with the +10, so they're gonna be within range of I don't know how big is it like choose
Like
creatures within
30
60
feet,
30
I think,
feet,
or something
30
like that, yeah.
feet. Okay, so we'd have to get close to Wiggles at least. He would
Yeah,
cast
easy.
it, and then Copy Rolly would target all the players and that are active and make us invisible.
On Foundry, can you use Copy Rolly and cast with him? That way it tracks, because he can't regain spell slots after
Oh,
use, so that'll make it easy.
I keep
Oh,
sure.
you
I've
got
got
it,
it
Bobby.
tracked on D&D Beyond. I've got his own sheet for him.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool. That works.
I can cast it though.
Perfect. 5th level. Boom. You guys all go invisible. The chaos immediately ensues as all the roars and ripping excitement of combat and
Oh, we
attacks
passed around a
go on.
string. Yeah, we passed around a string too.
Pass around the string as you all have the sense of each other's tug and pull. Now, I want to be very clear with this string. You have plenty of length, but is everyone holding the string or tying it to themselves? Because if you're not tying it to yourselves, you're responsible for holding it.
I mean, I think if we have, because Rolly said he had a ton of
11,
it, so we
yeah,
could
yeah.
just like
But at the
we
same
could
time,
just
a
like
yarn.
roll a
string can tangle up anything.
just like tie it around your wrist or something,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, exactly. Yeah, tie it around your wrist. Maybe a couple
or like
times,
your
like so that it's like a little bit like sturdier. Like
Yeah,
it's
just wanted to
like-
make
just
sure.
string, but
I didn't want to cheat Wiggles out of losing his companions again. See you guys.
Sounds like you've all done this before.
Wouldn't be the first time. You guys tie
I
many
suppose we have true
string
seeing as well, so we can figure out if there's any other invisible people with us.
Oh, that's true.
True. Rolly
That lasts about an hour or two, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So Rolly knows where everyone's whereabouts are. Perfect. As you guys begin to head out and head toward this mysteriously understanding navigation, you arrive eventually.
On that note, I gotta go grab my laundry. So give me.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Yeah, I'll grab some water real quick. Everyone take a quick.
Everybody left.
Yep.
I figured there'd be like one person still here. I just looked at the water. So. How's it going?
Okay, sorry about that.
It's all right. So how's the new job?
I don't have a new job.
How's the month or two old job?
No, I don't have a job at all. So
Really?
yeah, no, you got paid off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, I'll find something else. I've already
You can
like got a
come to
bunch
the
of recruiters,
Caribbean
like,
and live with me.
yeah, that might be fun. It won't turn it down. Is it cheap to live there?
I have my own house, so rent is free. Power is $100 a month, and I run an air conditioner all the time, so it's about as expensive as it gets.
That sucks.
I have 2 cars. I have more land, and I'm trying to build on it, so eventually you'll have your own house if you want one.
That's fun. My friend that moved here, her like fiance, boyfriend, I don't know, wants to move to Hawaii, and she's all freaking out because she's like, I want to be like stuck on an island.
That's rough. That is rough. I have a player on my Tuesday group who just moved here from Hawaii, and he was he's stationed out there military, but he was like, he just sold his house out there and everything. He was like, it sucks. It's very boring, and you hear all the ambulances.
I believe it. I'm sure like actually living there is not very fun.
Yeah, I bet it's
Yeah.
harder. I was out there for a
Yeah.
week and it was bitching, but I can imagine the struggles of the day to day.
Right. Like everything is generally more expensive because it has to fucking get imported. Like
The only guy I have ever met from there was the like crazy Airbnb empire dude. So,
oh my god.
I don't really know. I guess I've met people from there, but
It's a rough place. It's awesome, beautiful, but it's not.
right.
It's not normal.
It's a tourist
Yeah.
like destination. Like Seattle's kind of like that too, in a
For
way.
sure, Seattle
like,
is so full of that. You guys put up art displays just for the people, not even for you guys.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about people live here.
If you look like you're from there, they don't even talk to you.
Oh yeah, no, nobody talks to anybody.
But it's still beautiful. I'll go again.
Right. Oh yeah, it's very pretty.
So, you guys arrive at the dam. It's massive, it's large, and gosh, is it beautiful. Do you just cross?
Rolly, do you see anything up ahead?
Yeah, I guess I have 120 feet of vision, so
120 feet of true sight. Hold on. Sorry, I got this Parmesan bomb ass bread from Costco, and no one else in the house is eating it, so I have to make sure it doesn't get
that
wasted.
sounds so good.
That sounds amazing.
It's like torture.
I will send you guys of how bomb it is because I still have like half a fucking loaf. It's huge. It was the best $6 of my life. It's so good.
Oh really? Well, you gotta pay like memberships to like get in.
Well,
there.
I mean, yeah, but I've been.
Yeah, but I feel like it pays for itself.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
suppose. I don't even
Absolutely
know if
worth it. When I went out to Seattle, the first thing I did was hit a Costco. When I went out to Hawaii, first thing I did was hit a Costco. I was like, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, from your immediate visual where you stand, Rolly, you don't see anything in the vicinity of any kind of living thing. whatever was posted here is absolutely not on duty from where you stand. But you're free to move.
All right.
No immediate threats.
Yuli, as you head forward, give me a survival check, please.
We're all kind of tied together, so I'm guessing we would kind of move with him.
Yeah.
Oof. Yuli sucks at survivals, guys. I found his weakness.
A lot of people are good at that.
Not
Yeah.
much. You think everything's pretty kosher. Oh, question. How are you guys communicating?
Don't we have AT&T? Didn't we have
I can't
5G?
cast message because it would break invisibility.
Oh.
I mean, we could do
Uh,
hushed whispers.
Yeah, we could just talk.
If there's nothing ahead.
At least not immediately, no.
Right, yeah.
So far.
So just pick out a low grumbly like clear.
Right.
You could also like set up a system where we tug on the string a certain number of times if there's danger.
So what's the danger?
3 pulls.
Okay. So you guys are free to move. I'll pause it if Rolly sees anything or if something comes up.
We'd probably just be moving all together as a group, so we'd be keeping the same pace just because we're tied to the string and like all basically within a couple feet of each other.
So here's what I'll do. You guys move up 5 feet. The danger pull comes from Rolly. Rolly, give me a. You see it. I'm just trying to decide whether or not you recognize it from this distance. A perception check.
Okay. I keep forgetting that I have peerless skill, so that before I know the roll succeeds, I can add my bardic to my own rolls. I forgot about that little rule. I just was reading my
That's
sheet.
really useful.
Oh god! Well, you can't add it to a 1, so
that
look at me talking.
There
I'm
is
lucky.
a.
I'm gonna use lucky.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we built for this. All right. That was perception. Damn, 25.
It's a still predator.
I need to
burrowed in the ground.
Steel predator, you said?
Yeah. It is a. You've seen this because it is in the archives of SOS. A creation made by one of the rogue agents to hunt things. It is lawful evil. It is a construct, and it has commands.
Like it can command people, or it is commanded by other things?
It has steel-written orders, and on top of that, give me an intelligence to see if you were able to scan more important information.
2.
Oof.
That's a 1. I can also lucky that.
Up
You
to
know
you.
what? Should I? Fuck it. I'll take the 1. I don't care. I know it's bad.
These things are dangerous. That is what we'll leave it at. And they hunt impact. Dangerous, hunt impacts, and you would understand that from the insert you saw just because they're not from here. It's lying there. It's a trap.
Yeah, it's trapped up ahead. Some kind of steel guardian. Fucking scary tech.
Shadon, Wiggles, insight.
How far ahead is it?
It is the entire bridge, so 110 feet. It's well here on the ground. So Don Wiggles, what did you roll?
13.
You don't know. But Sirdan, you, sir, you don't believe these have anything to do with the orcs.
I would probably whisper that and say these are naturally or like not naturally occurring, but these aren't related to the orc. They're just kind of here.
Now remember, you guys have a spell covering you. Rolly knows these things could be dangerous. Sirdan realizes that these are not correlated to your task, but it is a threat before you. How do you wish to address this obstacle?
Are we able to sneak past it? Like on this, like
you can try.
Past its side? Is it big enough to?
Rolly could tell you it's large.
Is
it actively patrolling, or is it just there?
Whatever Rolly shares. His intelligence was a 2. He knows the lethality, that they could be very deadly. They're very strong. They're very constitutional. They understand languages. They have potential senses of uniqueness. And they have a shit ton of immunities that he can't remember any of, and resistances he can't remember any of. But you can also flavor anything.
Could I pass?
Does he know whether or not they have eyes?
He passes you the tablet, from my understanding. Is that what you're attempting to pass to him?
Yeah, maybe you can try.
Ask for him to tug his cord because you don't know what direction he is.
I mean,
is the tablet invisible?
I was there when it went invisible.
I guess you hear his voice. Never mind. Yeah, easy enough. He's probably distinctive. No, the tablet would be considered hidden because it was on his person. So you guys both reach out into nothingness. You grab it. When you grab it, you can see it. Give me an intelligence check as you fling through this tablet and look at the page that Rolly left upon you. The moment you touch the tablet, you see a creature that has this unique steel-like embodiment. It fits the name. It's super smooth and has a shimmering, like, sleek body. It is considered a construct, which means it was man-made and it usually has some kind of controller. You do read on there that they are pack creatures. They lie in wait to attack the targets they were given. You don't know if this is on purpose, but your normal experiences in travel is nothing like this deadly waits this long just to attack some randoms passing by. It's all too perfect. Bridge you need to pass.
And I'd also be intelligent enough to know that orcs probably aren't the ones that are dealing with this thing.
Oh, 1,000%. There's not a single mention of orcs. It just talks about high caliber artificer capabilities. Like, it honestly makes you think of Cogknocker.
Damn Cogknocker. So my immediate thought is, who's running these things or who's programming these things? Because
give me a history check.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh, nice. Cogknocker has told you that these creatures exist. All of a sudden, it's all just coming back to you as you think really hard about it. You have the tablet in your hand. Cogknocker once told you that he had a hand in creating a beast that was so talented, it was evil at its completion. And it was because the talent in which it rated was just so strongly convicted of punishment and death and removal that exile was never an option. They created a creature that was capable of hunting a member down with just the signature ID. Its ability to hear, sense, see, resist, and immune made it almost impossible to face alone. Groups succeeded many times, in which then the senders got smarter and send them in groups, usually of 3. Why 3 is a mystery to Cogknocker, but he believes there's a reason in the ability of their proficiencies to operate. He believed because he was he was a level 10 artificer, right?
Yes, I believe so. He's either a 10 or a 12. High
Yeah,
rank.
he was pretty high. Yeah, he was pretty high up in the Artificer. He would have informed you during your tutelage that such creatures would interfere with one another if in too dense of an area. So the limit of 3 was always his theory of understanding that their powers came with limitations, but even 3 were a threat.
Ugh. But again, knowing all that, I'm. Well, we are invisible, but I was going to say, am I pretty aware that it probably knows that we're here?
It doesn't have eyes, but he said they have a way of knowing what was near.
So, okay. Phew. Which means that invisibility is not going to work at all against these guys. So
It could be a it could be a space thing, like distance. If maybe we're close enough to them, they can sense us. But
yeah, I was going to say, I bet you, because if it's just sort of sitting there on the other end of this dam, Sebastian said that the dam wasn't guarded per se, but he said it once was. So are we to say that this is what he was talking about, or is this something else? Because this isn't an orcish defense system. This is something higher level as far as cognitive beings than an orc. So, or
does throwing an object break invisibility? I can't remember.
well,
You're
you're
not
not attacking anything.
somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're purposefully doing it like to hurt something, or
I would
you can
say
you can open doors and like all that kind of stuff.
a
Like
blind
if you're-
lean against something isn't an action, but I don't know what would lean that far
let's see what the
into.
spell says.
I guess my question is such because like, what if we
you have
tossed...
to attack or cast a spell. Those are the only two things that trigger it to go down.
Okay. Because I was thinking, what if we throw like something into the water beside the dam to like maybe get their attention or something?
I would allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would allow that as long as it doesn't accidentally hit something on the other end, like a fish or I'm
Fair
being
point. Yeah.
jokey. I'm not gonna put a massive salmon at the bottom and save
Crunches
himself.
a little sea scallop takes like 1 damage.
Was that a morsel at the bottom? You know?
Yeah.
So if I got a
Oh, yeah, there's
mosquito on my
plenty of-
neck and I slap it, I become invisible.
No, as long as basically you make your intention known that it's 100% non-lethal purpose, even if you rolled really well, there's no, your entire intention is cosmetically distractive, then I think I'm
Right.
totally
Like
cool.
it's
Right.
meant to be in such a way that it's not added. It's like,
Yeah. Basically, as long as you don't keep playing off of it, then I'm okay with it. As long as it doesn't
It's
help
pretty
someone with their
powerful
attack,
magic.
that kind of thing.
Like,
Yeah.
not everybody can just cast invisibility.
So totally, you could toss a rock as long as Broly told you, hey, it's right there. Don't throw the rock exactly right there. I won't feel like it's an attack.
right. So
One thing
yeah, I would like
I
to
didn't tell you
do
about,
that
you might
to
hit it.
see if there is a like rock nearby that I can toss
Sure.
like into the
Old busted
water.
ass bridge, easy enough.
Yeah, I
You
guess
pick
if
up
we
Yeah.
a
saw
nice
him
pebble.
like crumbling
Now,
from a rock on the
from where
ground,
you
I'd be like,
stand,
don't hurt anything.
got it. Rolly would also be able to tell you that it's absolutely at the end of the length of this bridge. So with the length
Okay.
of this bridge, like you see that circle, that's exactly where it is. So with this bridge, if you use the little drawing
here.
tool in freehand, do you want it to land here for your first throw?
Let me pull the drawing tool.
Also, check the rocks for ladybugs or anything you don't want. Can't harm anything.
Okay. I guess like
As you step on a cricket. No.
Sirdon would suggest like we move a little closer and then like God. Why can I not draw? Okay, it just says click and drag, and then I can't actually do anything.
There's no freehand section. On the pen, there should be like the little signature spot. Oh, you did the circle, that's why. Yeah, go to freehand.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
draw freehand. Okay. So I guess like over here or something, right? Like somewhere where it's like close enough.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing like the creature itself is over here, you said at the end of the bridge. So like somewhere close enough where it could potentially hear it.
Okay.
But not so close. So like maybe we get like maybe halfway across the bridge or something, or like not right up next to it, but like
as you toss. Okay, so you want to position yourself before you throw the pebble, or you want to throw the pebble?
yeah, essentially, because I don't know that I could throw it that far.
You want to give me a strength check or athletics?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Screw it. Let's do it.
You're not the most athletic, but your failures come up in your very, very decent regime of working out and combat. As you, with raw talent and struggle, you might hurt your arm with a little sore or a pulled tendon, but the pebble goes. Lands exactly where you want it to, at least in your understanding. And you all see a bit of dust unsettlingly rise from the end of the bridge. Slowly, you see a tail. Shiny as the light hits it, almost in a blinding-like nature of tech being brushed upon sunlight directly. And then it barrels back in.
So that didn't seem to do much, but it does note that, or it does reveal that they can be alerted by sound. I don't know, team. What do we do?
I kind of wish I had summoned the Pegasus and just fly over.
Decisions.
Can we make a boat? Anybody
Wiggles,
have
what
any way of
ridiculous
looking at it?
ideas have you come up with in this silence?
Can Wiggles summon aquatic animals?
Can Wiggle? No, that's actually not a bad idea. Can Wiggles summon an animal of sorts to like pull them away from the edge of the bridge, just to like lead them on a wild goose chase, basically?
Is Wiggles
Yeah.
awake? Oh, Wiggles is there?
Yeah.
What
I was thinking
could you do?
we could either do water walking or I could conjure
Aw.
animals.
Wait, but that would
Water
drop
walking.
invisibility on you both ways.
Yeah, that would. Both of them would. Yep.
But I could just disappear into the forest. You guys don't need
You
me.
could just stealth. You are like pretty fucking stealthy.
He's a ranger.
Yeah,
This is literally
You're
his
not really
bio.
worried about it. He already has plus.
I guess
10,
we're more
but
so
is he-
worried about like Seardon and Rolly.
Yeah. So do you want
Yeah,
to do
I
water
could
walking
just
and
disappear
fucking-
into the forest before we even draw their aggro, and what do we want to do? Walk on water, or should
or
I
distract
summon
it?
some
I
animals?
mean, if we walk on water, we can just sneak around it.
Yeah, that's
We don't have to
true,
deal
but we
with
don't
it.
know how far their ability to pick up scent is.
They might have like tremor sense or whatever. Yeah.
Right, or like maybe some other
Yuli.
thing. Like we
Go
don't
ahead
know
and
what
give me
its
an
range
intelligence
is.
What'd you say, boss man?
Oh, for Yuli, intelligence. He's still holding the tablet, to my understanding.
Yeah. I was gonna ask for it back if he was gonna use it.
Yuli, I don't know if he's miking out.
Yeah, he might have died.
Let me see. I will be kind enough to assist.
I cast silence on it Would it be
No.
able to tell?
I don't know what's up with this mic, but it keeps popping out every once in a while.
No
Oh,
worries.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can roll intelligence check if you like.
Yeah, see if you can beat a 10. Almost a coin flip. Oh, that was so close to an 18.
You pick up that it has blind sight, but no one in record has how far they can actually detect.
Well, and also I was kind of mentioning the terrain, like on the edge here. If we get over here and just kind of bypass the bridge or the dam altogether, is that possible? It's pretty thick, crazy terrain.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Especially considering
Go
that
around
like they
it.
clearly haven't seen us from this distance. So in theory, if we go the same distance, like parallel to the dam, they probably aren't gonna pick us up. In theory.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Alright.
Do we start like climbing up this like brush here on the side?
Sure, you guys do like a little Hawaii excursion and travel along the rocks and head up and through the deeper darkers. As you do, you get to what comes to be a rushing of water. Do you cast anything, Wiggles, or do you guys attempt to traversial this in another way?
I'm still asking for advice. What do we want to do?
So the choice is
I-
either make us water walk and just walk across it, or just try and jump across.
I was gonna say I don't often say this, but it'd be really cool to be a monk right now.
Yeah, one time it's useful.
Fun, true thing. There were 12 monks that originally found the region of Area.
How much distance? It doesn't seem to be too far, but I'm guessing these are some pretty steep, like rocky islands.
40 feet. It's more or less the rushing water that's a danger. A jump between this island right here is the only thing that has land. This is considered a rock that's wet. This is all considered a rock that's wet outside of this dirt patch here.
Yeah.
Who can fly? If that's just me, then.
Actually, shoot, I might. Yeah, I think I might have. Hold on. Let me check my inventory.
I mean, I could fly over and set up like a rope line between the islands if they wanted to just like climb across.
I could summon a Quetzalcoatl.
That would probably break your invisibility, though.
Yeah, but you guys
can't
don't
do it.
need me, is what I keep
It's
saying.
true. It's true.
Nah,
It's-
next
You do what you want.
next level. Next level, I can get my winged. I can infuse my winged boots, but not yet.
Okay. I mean, I think that's a decent enough plan, unless we want to have Wiggles go and just cast water walking. So it's either water walking or you have Rolly set up a rope. Which one do you want to do?
But water walking would mean that he would no longer be invisible.
Right, exactly. That's the.
But he's pretty
choice.
stealthy to begin with, correct?
True, he is, and he's
Yeah.
got +10. So
I'm just gonna turn around and walk into the forest.
just gives up. You're tied to us. How are you doing?
Then he can untie himself.
String.
I guess he could. Yeah.
We lost
String.
him.
I have swords.
I just cut the string. Great.
Guys, the string's a lot lighter. What's going on back there?
Oh no, we lost him. Where'd he go?
Okay.
The feeling of panic and fear sinks in as you realize
Oh, wait, I can see
Rolly
Wiggles
is
is
gone.
blue.
Wiggles is gone.
I have the true seeing, so I can see exactly where he is.
It's just waddling away.
Yeah.
Wiggles is loose.
So you
Okay.
put yourself away. What do you cast,
So
Wiggles? What are you doing?
while I'm tied to everybody and everybody is close by, I cast water walking. I lose invisibility, and I untie myself from the group and just go back the way we came and hide in the forest. And what's my stupid thing that gives me +10 to hiding if I hold still?
Gotcha.
You get, like,
Okay.
plus 20 then.
Oh, the camouflage thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crazy elf cloak thing. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me d20. A 1 is always possible.
I want to
Roll
see
your
this.
d20.
So it's stealth plus 20.
A
whatever his
9
mod
plus
is.
20 plus 11 for my mod.
No. It's still pretty
So
good.
like 40. I disappear from the plane of existence.
Oh my god.
You end up in
Unless you
slay
roll a
mode,
one.
crazy.
God.
So, okay. You succeed in your goal. You cast water walking. You guys all don't know it, but if you tried, you'd be able to stand on water. Because he didn't. Did he say something when he left, or did he just boom and pow and walk off?
I would definitely whisper to whoever is next to me, I'm casting water walking, and they would see me lose
He would turn on.
invisibility.
Yeah, he would see him become visible. Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean you knew you casted water walking directly.
That's true. Well, do we see the effect of the spell over our feet? Like, doesn't it make like little
I
shimmering
have no
shoes or
idea.
anything?
If I leave it to Wiggles, he's gonna be like, "You guys turn into ducks." So,
Your feet turn into ducks.
you all get
Quack,
wet
quack.
toes. Sure, scuba feet. You guys are good. You guys understand it, but I mean, not like you don't understand it. You just know that he did something to you guys. Is basically what I'm saying. Unless he verbally tells someone. So I just wanted to clarify.
And he told us he did. So
Yeah,
Okay.
he whispered to someone. So whoever someone
Let's,
is, someone tells the rest of the everyone's that you all have water walking.
I'll move up and test it.
Who tests it? Because Wiggles has been known to be some fuckery.
yeah, I'm not going first.
Yeah, I am. I
Sir,
don't know. I don't know
Sir
about all
Donald.
that.
So,
I'll
Sir,
try.
Sir, yeah, okay, sure.
Oh, oops.
Yuli's
Yeah,
dropping
yeah.
grenades on his person. Tring, tring,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
just
And let
pulling
me
pins.
just like that.
Oh god.
Oh, it won't let me go. Is there a wall?
Good question. You somehow are the only person in a wall. Hold on. There you go. You move over onto the water, and the streams of mist spray past your feet, as if you were skiing motionally, but yet standing still. It's working.
Ooh.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Just timidly, kind of.
He makes it across.
I mean, we would probably get pulled along because we all are tied together.
In rolling
Yeah, I
to
don't know
let
how
the
much
stream
slack.
run, you know, and then he's like, "Okay, I feel confident," and then you guys all run across. As you move up closer, monitoring one particular person. Let's say you guys are walking up to this little thing. You guys get up to here, give or take. And with such Rolly, you see a second here. Also burrowed. Otherwise, you guys seem to successfully circumvent another steel predator.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
shit.
gotta keep in mind what was the range of that rock because we're getting kind of close.
You can guesstimate, but really it's 25 feet, and you guys are 70 feet from it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the alarm goes off. No, just kidding.
Oh shit.
So you guys can continue through the woods if you wish to. It will require you guys to make a team stealth check, just because twigs exist and things like that.
I think that's what we'd do. We kind of like bunch up and help each other, like find our footing, and move silently forward together.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
was gonna say
forward
I
to
could,
We're
I could, I
invisible
could
as
cast
well, and we have +10, so
That's
it's a
totally
+10.
fine. I'm just asking for a 1.
natural one. Yeah, natural one is all it takes.
I've
Everyone
gotten 2 of
roll.
them already, so
Oh, you're so
Guys,
close.
Look at a 4 is already teasing me.
So 18.
That's okay, but it means it's possible. No, it's okay.
31.
I mean, the least I could do is hope. You guys
Yeah.
easily navigate
Oh, wait,
through this
41. 41. Sorry.
to arrive.
Oh,
Advantage.
with advantage, that was close.
Nice.
That's a
Nice.
33. That's pretty good.
1 second. You arrive at the orc camp.
Oh, that was
as
with the
time
+10, right?
passes. About 2.5 hours or so of travel goes by. The 3 of you left standing up here.
So we would lose invisibility because that only lasts an hour.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you
I
guys
thought
know
we
you're
had
heading
to
up to the
do
camp.
this in 16 minutes.
As you guys are arriving, you understand this much. The orcs have a way of facing. They see things in the way they're facing. It's a typical RPG video game. You don't get seen, you don't get attacked. You don't get seen, good things happen. You get seen, there are witnesses. It's that simple.
Can I,
Wiggles,
can I
I
turn
posted
into
the
a
map
box?
for you, just to happen for you. Yeah, I mean, a mailbox existed in the beginning of the session, so I don't see why a box is impossible.
There we go. I just walk right up to him.
So we were told we would be like informed of which is the.
Don't push it. Yeah, 1 second, sorry. Just giving you the information. I was giving Wiggles a picture. Yes. The location in which you are looking to arrive at is here. They're in there, guaranteed by themselves at this time. Not forever, but for now. This is not a reflection of how many people are actually at this camp. This is purely the people on guard duty.
Copy.
It is assumed that all your other actions will be quiet enough to not pull attention. These are the only people actively alert at this time. Assume that there is at least 30 plus individuals here because if combat happens, you will see numbers rise.
How big of a
Good.
fireball can we make?
Well, we gotta figure out. We gotta place the moon nuke somewhere. So,
Yeah.
and again, when we do that,
It'll be a
you
little bit more size breakage because that's a little too tight for you. So I give you
Yeah.
It's only a 5-foot radius, so it's not like it's
Yeah, it has to be like right
huge.
on.
Yeah,
but it's bright.
yeah,
If we can,
and
get
it's a
them
40-foot high
within-
cylinder.
Yeah,
I mean,
not,
the
not very
ideal way to do
ambiguous.
it is to have you cast it and me to hold my action to build a wall of force around it. That way they're
Okay.
stuck in there.
So here's your scene.
Make the holy phone booth of death.
The way this works is you guys move as a single initiative. You can split the group, etc. But after you guys do an entire action, bonus action, movement, free action, their basic focus will move. I'll shift their vision, that kind of thing.
But
I do have rules. I can't go crazy with it. I can't fuck you guys up just because you walk into close enough range. I have strict rules I'm following. I can only move some of them 15 degrees. I can only move some of them 30. So and there's not going to be a full owl 360 circle on any of you. So I'll allow you to play with that knowledge. But you don't know what direction I'll be doing such.
Did our invisibility wear off?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
is it just rolling? Okay, so we're all visible.
we don't have invisibility. We don't have true seeing. We don't have
shit.
That's without a trace
anymore. Yeah. I thought he was telling us that it was like really close by and this thing was gonna
He said it
kill him
was
in the next
south,
16
like
minutes.
it was this region. Oh no, he said he was gonna
okay.
release that scene, that combat scene
I
where the
thought you
bombing
meant
was gonna
that
happen.
They were about that far away.
No, he
I
meant
don't know why
this
I
will
thought
be
that,
done.
but
He goes, in
my
16
brain
minutes,
wasn't
they will
thinking.
blow that
Okay.
place up.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
Damn it, Sebastian.
reevaluate our spell stack here then.
Well, Wiggles is completely gone.
Yeah, he's not there. Unless he wanted to come back with us after a certain amount of time, but
You could try to sneak around Wiggles. Easily not impossible for you.
Wiggles wasn't our paladin, was he?
No.
No.
Okay, he's
Ranger.
Ranger. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope. I'm just gonna hide with my 40+ stealth.
You can do
Like,
that
where
over
did
here.
everybody go?
Just start shooting at the like steel guardians and shit. It's like, just to piss them off. I mean, I can make us invisible again if we want to do that. Like, I have more than enough spell slots, so that's not a big deal. And without Wiggles, it's one lower spell slot that we have to use. So
That's true, yeah.
all right,
I think
I'll
that
just
would,
do
if you can, I think that would be probably the best way for us to do this.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that then.
And that's greater or regular?
Regular.
I'll have the copy do the spell actually. So I don't. burn my
We're
own
still
spell
tied
slots.
to the
Right.
rope, so we're still moving it together as a group.
So
Okay,
how
invisible
long of a
again.
shot is it to the nearest orc?
Like, are you asking me? Or are you asking your player friends?
I'm asking you because you know where I'm hidden.
Well, you're nowhere near them unless you're following them, which you said you were not. So unless you're moving toward their direction.
Nope, I'm hiding. I guess I can't shoot anybody in the foot then.
What's your max range?
600.
Yeah, longbows be shooting. They shoot like half a mile.
I mean, you can fire, and it'll be a D100, and everyone has a number, including your allies.
Nah, I'll just let it go.
Okie dokie.
I'll see how
Invisibility.
they do. If they get in trouble, I might try and draw attention.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
He's the distraction.
Fair point. You got it.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Right.
I was gonna say,
Demon
that's a
couldn't
whole
kill
lot.
me. Couple orcs
Yeah.
aren't gonna pull it off either.
Yeah.
So,
This is
you guys are invisible. Do you just walk, or do you go stealthily, or do you do something?
Yeah, we
purpose?
definitely would be going stealthily.
Oh, we
Do you want
definitely
to
are gonna
draw
go
an ideal
stealthily.
path, or do you want to not make it predetermined? I'm just curious. Like, you guys have a fair amount of map ahead of you, so you know,
We'll just
you
kinda,
guys at least all
move as we
understand what
go,
you're trying to
I
do.
guess.
I guess
We're
I'm
staying
moving.
together, I guess, within 5 feet of each other. I
But
think
I'm looking at these clearings. Are these like walls going through the forest, or is it just random? Like it's just kind of.
They are kind of. I'll break it out in a way.
looks like a palisade wall, like kind of around the
Yeah.
whole outside of the camp.
Yeah, I couldn't
Like,
tell
you
if
might not
they
be
went
able to
through the
see
forest
it.
as well.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, like you just
I
can't
mean,
see
there might be
it.
a gap, but overall, they're not worried about the gap for the creatures.
So could we enter through that gap?
Yeah,
There's
through
a gap.
Actually, can Yuli go ahead and climb? Oh shoot! I did it again. Like climb this tree right over here, and just kind of like take a perch on there and just kind of scout what he's.
Stealth check at advantage as you climb the tree.
Can I retcon one thing real quick? Just a spell cast before we would go invisible.
What?
Just a C invisibility on regular rolling.
Sure.
Ooh.
Never be too careful.
Yeah.
Thought that was the one.
Invisibility. At this moment, you do not see anything yet. Yuli.
And I can see my friends at least, you know.
Yeah. True. Fair point. You almost miss a branch, and man, if you did. You continue. How high do you go up? This tree itself can probably reach 60 to 70 feet, dependent on how far you challenge it.
How tall's the wall?
Oh, that's like no more than 24-ish feet.
And then I'd probably get up to, we'll call it 30 feet, just enough to look over the wall into the camp.
As you look over the wall into the camp, you see that there seems to be a couple livestock kept here, a little husbandry. And on top of it, you notice that the heads in which are reflecting the vision are not one individual. They seem to be raiding parties, and those parties range from anywhere from 9 to 12 orcs, give or take.
Oof. I can't see all that. I can't say anything, so shucks. I can't really scout very well if I can't tell anybody anything.
You can always go back down.
Yeah, true. After all this tree climbing. Calm down. Come back over. Do we need to do another stealth check?
No.
Okay. So I'll just kind of report the findings. So you said it was 9 per?
9 to 12, give or take. Tough to say who was or wasn't part of it compared to those who were just enjoying themselves.
Yes, we got 9 up to 9s to 12. Orcs, spit of livestock. We got, looks like from what I could see, there was 3 sentries within the barracks, and there's one just outside to the east. So we got 4 lookouts.
He is relaying that to you all.
Well,
Alright, well, we want to keep a low profile and try to make not any sound if you can, and we gotta get back to that big tent in the back to the far left. That's where they're at.
yeah.
So how do you three approach?
I find it kind of suspicious that there's like one main entry point.
So I think our
But-
plan would be for us to drop invisibility when Sirdon casts Moonbeam on the target, and then like go balls to the wall from there, and just kind of like deal with them, and then go like, and then get away. I don't think we're gonna fight this
Well-
whole fucking camp by ourselves. So
I was gonna say it all kind of depends on how they react.
I could summon a Pegasus. You two could get on it, and then just.
I
fly
can
away.
also. Well, hold on. How fast is it? Cast time. That's 10 minutes. What about a regular fine steed? That's also 10 minutes. Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, we have to retcon, but like we can say like we summon our steeds outside the perimeter and then go in, but I don't really care either way. We don't have to do that. Or just, I can do find greater steed, but I think it only takes an action. Oh, no, it takes 10 minutes. Okay.
No, it takes
so-
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's cross that off as an option. We're too far in. Plus we're on a timer, so
So are we out of invisibilities?
You
Well,
should
you're
be.
still
Not yet.
invisible at this time.
No, I know, but like for after the
Oh, you mean
moonbeam,
cast?
I can just recast.
can
it.
Rolly cast it once more?
Yeah, I can definitely get us at least once or even twice more. I mean, if I use my high level
I think-
spell slots, I can do it.
I think that'd be fine
if
if we like, so we go in invisible, we stealth over to the guy's tent, Sirdon casts Moonbeam, and then as soon as that happens, you cast invisibility on all of us again.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
And
and then be like the
reaction.
reaction to him casting Moonbeam would be you
His
casting.
own men are
But
gonna
it's
kill
like a
him
flicker.
because he's not an orc. Like, he's gonna have to fucking explain, like, what the fuck he is. Like,
well,
he's
and
ready to-
also not to mention the fact that like technically the casting of the spell, like him sitting in the moonbeam isn't going to drop my invisibility. You know what I
Are
mean?
you sure?
based on how the spell reads.
Yeah, it says cast.
But when you
the
initially
spell to
cast
drop
it, so yeah.
Right.
Cast or
But I'm
do-
saying like after it
Action.
gets after Rolly casts invisibility a second time and I'm just concentrating on it.
True. Yeah.
It doesn't. I'm not doing the attack. The spell is just there. It's not like I'm
Right.
So it's like an
casting.
AOE passive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you can move
It's not
Also-
a target.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you're kind of like out of like what the orcs are going to see is all of a sudden a beam of light come from the sky and turn their leader into something that they've never seen before. So I think it's safe to say that the eyes aren't going to be on you. What's the range on Moonbeam?
The range on Moonbeam is 120 feet.
There you go. So like I'm saying, like just climb a tree, Moonbeam, and like I said, a giant beam of light just suddenly shine on their leader and turn them into something else. I don't think a whole lot of orcs are going to be looking around the perimeter. They're going to be looking at this giant beam of light.
Yeah.
True. And then we just re-hide and try and get away.
Yeah, and then you just kind of like Diamond Dash. You just kind of like go back and hide and let everything unfold
It's
as it
either
would
that
in the camp.
Or he's gonna try and move away from the moonbeam. I don't know how moonbeam really
That
works,
is true.
But I'm guessing that like while he's in it, he's in his original form, and if he moves out, he can't change back for a while. But I don't really know. Like he could just be able to step outside of it and go right back into his other form. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, do we need to trap him inside the moonbeam, or?
So let's see.
I just realized assume that is Broly, but it worked.
I got web.
That's a good
That'll slow him
point
down, though.
because that's a good point because he would just need to move back out of the thing to change his shape.
That's how
So
think it
either I
works.
keep it on him or keep continuously moving it on him, or
Well, I could do
we
Wall of
trap him in
Force.
there. But
Yeah, and trap him inside. That's also 120 feet, so we could do.
does
it at a
Wall of
certain
Force
range.
need concentration?
It does. So I would drop
Okay.
that, but we do have copy Rolly to cast Wall of Force if we wanted to, and he's already invisible.
Okay.
So. And
So
there's no
then
save
he could
involved,
drop.
so
He
it
could
doesn't
drop the
matter if
Wall
he
of
casts-
Force, and you can cast your regular Rolly can cast invisibility back on everybody else again.
Yep, I'm back on everybody. Yep, that would be the way we
Okay.
would do it.
Okay. I mean, that works for me, honestly. I think that's a solid.
It's a
Yeah.
plan. Might not go to plan, but that's what we're gonna try.
Right.
We could just get caught like on the first guardhouse and be fine.
I mean,
I know. I like
Seardown's
how you guys
pretty
are planning to
persuasive.
rise to the bad guy.
That's true,
Like,
we
you guys
could just
haven't even
talk our
thought
way
about
in.
getting through it. Yeah. So,
Seardown's pretty persuasive. So, worst case scenario, we convince him that this guy's not really their leader, or try to convince him this guy's not really their leader. Show him proof and say, "Hey, look, he's a fucking changeling."
damn, no
Right.
charisma blockers. God.
I mean, I got a plus 15 to persuasion, so we're like, I can help out.
Yeah. Well, I think your persuasion is actually higher than mine. I think I have a plus 10, but yours is even higher.
Yeah, persuasion and performance are really specialty. You want to talk your way out of something. Let's play a cool song and he's gone.
All right. So, what route do you guys take?
I think we're going through this little entrance here, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably climb up that same tree just in case things go south. There's not a whole lot else I can do.
How many
So
feet are we?
you are with the group though, right?
Oh, wow, we're only 10,
uh,
10 feet away from getting to range. Wow. Okay.
I thought yeah. Because I was saying we
Do
didn't
we
have
have
to
line of sight of the spot?
No.
If
we
you-
don't. But
if you climb the
Right.
tree.
if we blow up the house,
If you take the whole building,
right? Yeah.
is there much inaccuracy necessary?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, yeah, we do have to kind of sneak inside or at least see him. So
Yeah. I think we should maybe still stick together though, because
right, we'll stick together and
if invisibility goes down, then he won't be able to cast it back onto Yuli if he's that far away.
Yeah.
right.
Stick together, good waffles do.
So, how do you guys proceed? You may do a stealth check as you go through the opening.
Oh, we should be like holding hands actually, because to do invisibility, you have to be touching them.
Yeah.
Says you kindergarten line together.
Yep.
Stealth check as a team at advantage.
Did somebody already look at this entryway and make sure it wasn't booby trapped?
Of course not.
Okay, can I take a look at it real quick?
You
Yeah.
can
He is
and give
first-
me a
he
normal
is first
stealth
in
check
the
as
order,
you are
right?
double distracted.
A
You're
normal
trying to be
stealth check.
quiet, but get ahead and keep them safe.
24.
Easy.
Oh my
Alright.
god. Oh my god, no.
Jeez.
No way.
Oh my god, you broke math.
Nice.
The Rolly and his friend
You
are
investigation.
Alright. Investigate. Ah, God, this is in the way.
There's absolutely a trap there. It is a simple wire, and it's meant to alert thieves trying to steal their livestock.
Alright,
It's a
so it's a
bait.
nice little. Just do a little sleight of hand, disarm this trap.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand to disarm that trap.
Do you have proficiency in thieves tools and stuff?
I don't know if I have the proficiency in the. Oh wait,
You don't.
maybe I do. Yeah, I do. My bad. Should I use
Okay.
these tools
You have
instead?
it. I mean,
You're
you
good.
should.
You just
be-
have to have it to do it.
Yeah.
But,
But if you
Okay,
roll,
yeah.
yeah, you already
if you
added
have
it.
expertise,
Yeah.
if you have expertise, you get to add double, basically.
But it's plus
I
15.
don't think I have expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
you're
do I?
good. You can do it, and you did it well.
Easy peasy. You
Easy peasy.
disarm it right as you guys enter, not revealing yourselves at all. Those keeping guard are active. You understand that from this distance. Do any of you speak Orc?
Absolutely, I do.
I do not.
Oh, that's right. You do.
Gowron
Yeah.
and
Don,
Oroli
do
taught
you?
each other. Or it's a very strong reason.
Otherwise, it's just you, really? Okay. You hear an
I think
Orc.
maybe Eric did, but yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. He's not here. Yeah. You hear an Orc originally for the entire party's benefit. Rolly, you hear them discussing how their leader has recently called back everyone. They are paranoid. They have a concern, but they have not shared that concern with any others. How do you guys proceed?
So what? Sorry, I missed the very last part. The leader hasn't come out for a while. Is what you said?
The leader has called everyone back, like all of the troops. So there's a
Okay.
definite mass flux of individuals arriving here at some point between sometime and sometime.
Okay, so the
And
people
they
are coming.
Extremely paranoid.
So basically, we're on a timer and we got to do this quicker than.
Yeah, exactly. It's like move now. All right, yeah. So we would with our crazy stealth score. I think
You guys
we
move
would
60 feet.
60 feet. You know what? We probably should go around the edge of the wall, maybe.
We got one sentry over on the east side, but he's on the other side of the wall, so he shouldn't see us.
Yeah, I think we would kind of go around like this, sort of, and then make our way to this little bridge over here. Kind of skirt around where the guards are.
Okay, so as you guys kind of hug around this way, let's grab Sir Don. Where's Sir Don? Sir
It's
Don,
also
did you
easier for us to
You're on
like
the map.
move invisibly. Like if there's a wall there, like we know we're moving along the wall, and Rolly
Yeah.
can see the other two guys. Or the two guys. Yeah.
As you guys continue, you don't need to make another stealth check, but you absolutely hear continued conversations of this particular platoon, and they're like, and they're going on about saying, you hear rumor that we all win, but no one wins. No one wins. There's like a seam of discontent amongst them. What's difficult to tell is whether or not there's something bigger at play. It's as if they're all talking overly broad. How do you guys continue?
Sounds like they're talking in some kind of code. You should probably just let them keep talking.
Does anyone know Thieves' Cant?
I do.
As Rolly mentions that they're speaking in some kind of code, if you only knew Orcish, would you
Yeah, I was
be
gonna
able
say.
to decipher?
And I could translate what he's saying.
Yeah, you can
Suppose. Like,
absolutely do
in-
so if you
He's
wish to.
saying
I'd
spoon
do it very, very,
monkey.
very quietly. We'd be kind of
As
like
Rolly
barely.
reiterate the context, you realize that
Spoon
it is
monkey
Thieves'
purple
Cant.
dishwasher.
They are saying that the leader is aware someone is coming. Be sharp. We must be oblivious. Do not let them on. These guys are mad alert.
How does the boss know we're coming? Did Sebastian tip him off?
Possible. I don't know why you would, but
I don't
He's
know,
the only
but
one that
I'm
knew.
just saying. I was gonna say he's the only one that knew.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we just keep moving then.
We're already here.
As you continue through, you hobble around and get past some containers. You get around to the back of this tent. And what you hear as you begin to pass it, I mean, you guys are going all the way around the tent to the top one, right? Or are you guys trying to cross this little river right here?
I was
Yeah, we have
thinking
to.
we were going.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Going
Okay.
over like.
So
here,
I'm imagining
yeah.
with your guys' next round of movement, you can safely get to here. And as you arrive at this tent, can you, all three of you give me perception checks to see what you might hear?
Okay.
Rolly and Zerdon, you both hear maybe just under a dozen or so movements and individuals within. You can't tell if they're orcish in nature just from the basic observations. There's no lights on the inside. Yuli, then, you sense in a smelling like nature. Lizard folk.
Oh, jeez.
But something is keeping their smell at bay. If it wasn't for your sharp senses, you might have missed it.
And is there no other signs of lizard folk anywhere else? I mean, there's no.
I mean, it's an orc domain.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
if it's an orc
very-
domain
it's
and
very
there's
weird.
a tent full of lizards,
Yeah.
are they captives or are they?
Yeah, they could be prisoners.
Yeah,
I mean, tough to say. Tough to say.
it is tough to say. With this, I can't. They don't smell like prisoners.
I
Do you
mean,
whisper
maybe
this
we
to your
went
party?
them.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
That bewilders you guys because you've smelled lizard folk and they fucking reek. So the fact that there's claimed lizard folk within 3 feet of you along this very thin tent is disbelievable.
I
All right.
don't know. They got some good deodorant at the aquarium there.
You guys continue forward.
I think so. I think we would
Yeah,
probably just
I don't
keep
think we would.
moving
Like, I
on.
probably would think about like opening up this tent like as we're leaving to cause a distraction, maybe. But I don't think we want to do that until we are actually like have the target in range.
As you guys continue your attempt to travel through,
We're invisible.
can you give me a stealth check?
Standard.
Advantage.
Oof, that one is rough.
Oh, you.
Why didn't I give Bardic to everybody before we did this?
You just let out like a little fart or something.
31.
You know, Sir Don, for a time for your armor to get loose,
This copy, man.
This
copy
is
like deleted.
not the
Just
time.
pretend he's not there.
Copy rolly, regular rolly, Yuli, all quietly in synchronization. But Zidane, your armor hits an unseen in the dark spoke.
That's why you don't bring the paladin.
Who's that? They walk up, still on the other side of the little palisades, and scan around. You guys are invisible. It
Yep.
doesn't stop them
Might
from
save 'em.
really, really staring.
Oh shit!
I mean, it would be a
Okay.
disadvantage because
I was gonna say, I'm
you're
hoping it's
invisible.
disadvantage.
Like,
Yeah, it would
But
be
you made noise.
disadvantage.
so then
Yeah.
straight roll
Allow him
then,
to
right?
focus. He's focusing on the noise,
At
not for
worst-
people. He's not
At
looking for
worst, it would
people.
be a straight
Ah,
roll,
okay.
but
He's
Yeah.
following an attention. You guys are still invisible. He can't just, he's an orc. He can't just see magic.
Right.
it's true.
But
You can't
he-
see it.
he's
Even
like-
if he knows where it came from, you can't see it.
It's more like a paranoid as fuck sense, like a. Head to the bridge. Now you guys can attempt to speedily try to pass him or allow him to get to the bridge first. What do you want to do?
If we speedily try and pass him, it makes us
Yeah, I think so.
bridge.
Before he gets yeah.
They walk to the bridge and to the other side. They then just wait expectantly.
You stupid orc.
They have no idea of your guys' existence other than the fact that they heard enough to know that they should not be. They should be on the other side of the noise, as any dutiful guard would be. How do you guys
How
proceed?
much of a gap is there between him and the? Like we could just really sneak right around him.
I would say you guys are not dumb. The purpose of this is that it is a wooden bridge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to distract him again and make more noise over on like back here. Like, toss something that way.
Don't hit a cat.
Yeah.
Ooh, could I pour like ball bearings down?
You can attempt to.
I mean, that might make a lot of noise, though. I don't know.
If we make too much noise, then it's definitely something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, they
Like-
would know something's
Yeah.
up if that happens.
Yeah.
Like, we're just kind of trying to distract them first. Okay, all right. No, I won't do that.
All right,
So we're
so
gonna throw something.
give me a dexterity
Uh-huh.
check. Or sleight of hand if you're proficient, but I don't think you are.
Do you want to throw something on fire, or do you want to just throw?
Oh,
it?
God.
my God!
I broke
What
math.
is this? No.
Oh my
This can't
God.
be happening. That's 2 in a row. And
The
I've only got,
paladin
like,
did not
3,
dishook
and you got-
himself from getting caught on the spoke as he walked by and goes to
Oh,
chuck something
man.
as his arm
Oh,
yet again
God.
ching,
Well, I'm sorry, guys.
drops the item in hand. And immediately you hear the orcs go, "Listen, go over Dane! It's there!" And these ones hold about halfway up the bridge. Whoops, I clicked both of them, so ignore the bottom one.
So,
As the
which is
bottom
the
one
building that
immediately
he's in?
turns
He's
around
in this one over here.
Yep,
and
he's
runs
in
up.
that one over there.
They're all intently focused on this area. They're orcs. They're not the wisest when it comes to cool hat tricks, but they're not dumb. They know that if they stare long enough and someone's using magic, shit fades. What do you guys do? They take no immediate actions just yet. They're staring. A couple of them are murmuring to each other. Rolly, you understand that they're like wondering, like, "What do you think it is? What do you should go touch it. I'm not touching it. It can catch me."
Can we like sneak over
You can try, but you've been the only one screwing that up. So
Can we like
Great
try to get
suggestion.
over to this side so that
You could
we're not
absolutely,
like
yeah. I mean, you could Scooby Doo in plain sight for sure as you guys beetles across the road.
Can the paladin just wait here then?
I mean, in theory, I can literally
Here's the
face
scenario
step
I see right
over.
now.
So
Here's the scenario.
you know.
Out of PC, we're able to ambient these ideas. But in a PC sense, Rolly's the only one that understands these orcs.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dead mute to each other. You couldn't even cast a
Yeah.
spell without risking a
You can't
whisper.
see
getting
each
caught.
other.
So
Right.
Like only Rolly can see.
how would you
yeah,
attempt to communicate a plan? I love the ideas. You guys are totally okay following them, but how do you pass that message?
You can't cast any spells, so
I guess Rolly would probably have to be the one that
Yeah.
like leads
Tug
because
on the
we
rope,
wouldn't be able
yeah.
to interpret what they're doing or saying.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to give you guys a team stealth check, but only Rolly gets advantage because the rest of you guys are following blind.
Let's see if I can actually break math. Hold on.
Not bad.
there you go.
Not bad.
I think if I rolled another one, I would have just gotten up and left. Like I just don't. At that point, I just don't know what more you can do.
You guys successfully sneak across to this side.
Yep.
Well, now what? The guy's still blocking our wet path with the bridge.
So how do you guys approach now? They're staring. They are still staring.
Now, the one thing we got going for us is their intent on the area behind the tent. So
Can I take a?
Well, it's not really going to get it on.
Can I
We'll
make
check
a?
it out.
You see this group walk over here. Go ahead, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna use one of the ball bearings and kind of toss it into the river,
Okay, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
like a splash.
And where are you trying to toss it to?
Probably like
Okay.
here or like here, somewhere in there. Just kind of get them looking in a different direction. Or
well, if you
I
look,
guess
if you
would
throw
be
it to the
invisible, like the I'm gonna throw it.
yeah,
here,
more over there would be
actually.
better.
Yeah, that'd be better. Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck it that way.
Okay, sleight of hand.
All right, sleight of hand.
Don't roll a one.
I got lucky. 18.
You toss it. Nice. You had that on standby. They don't see it as it wisps through the median of the night. And you hear the plop. They look.
Right, Interland. The echoing. Maybe the water.
Listen to it. Oops, sorry. Ignore.
They're just dancing.
Yeah, they're in unison.
Yeah, I do have.
They're
the
breakdance
dance
fighting.
spell.
One of them chucks a spear.
I admit there isn't, but I don't think you heard anything.
They mutter, they groan.
Can I try and perform to like throw my voice to make it sound like it hit off the water, like it like made like a, like a contact with flesh or something like that?
You could at a risk, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to try and do it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a performance check, which should be easy. And then after the performance check, you're going to follow up with an arcana.
22
Low performance for
for the
you, but it was easy. And now the arcana.
I might use Peerless skill on that just to raise the DC. So I'm gonna add a D10 to it. Why not? A 10. Okay. That's a 32 on the performance. I really nailed it.
Where exactly are you trying to bounce said voice from?
Where the spear landed.
And what are you trying to say? Or you're
I'm
just
trying
trying to make
say
it sound like they
anything.
hit
I'm trying to
something?
make it seem like they hit something in the water.
Gotcha.
Like they threw their spear, and now there's like, oh shit, there really is something down there.
Gotcha. Okay.
You said Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay. That's another nut 20.
These two immediately go,
Guys,
I'm
oh,
taking
don't
all of
over here.
Sirdon's luck away.
We hit something. You hit something. Hey, over here. Something's out here.
You immediately see these two rush up.
Good happening. What is it? You keep an eye on the bridge.
This one looks up this way. Sneaks up over here. And just kind of mindlessly monitors. This one comes up. He seems with the short vision seems to be somewhat in charge as they lean down toward the water. There's only two of them in this little pack as they look at the water and start shifting with it. What do you guys do?
How tall is the bridge like right over the water?
It's probably like 7 feet, give or take.
I mean, we've
It's an
distracted
arch.
all the
How
guards.
long does walk on water last?
It was an hour.
Ooh,
Oh, 8 hours? How long? I don't know. Wiggles.
8 hours.
I think it's 8
Wow.
hours.
Wiggles, is he
There you
there?
go.
Is he there? Would he have dropped it just for fun? I don't know. It's tough
No,
to say.
you don't drop it.
He could.
I'm sure those guys are fine.
I guess he
No,
couldn't
it
drop
says
it
1
because it's a
hour. It says
given. Yeah,
1
it's a
hour.
boon.
It's not 8
Yeah.
hours.
Okay.
Oh,
It
it's
drops.
one. It's 8. Okay, it's one.
It's 1.
Yeah.
It's 1. Yeah, I just checked it.
Good idea, though.
We've been going about this all wrong. We could
I
just
think
like
breathe
walk
breathe
over the
water is 8, right? There's
Yes,
one
yeah,
of them
yeah,
that's
that's
8.
That's what it is.
it's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
breathe water. Because you gotta have like the Merfolk campaign.
So what do you guys do?
So, do we still
I
have
was
walk on
thinking-
water, or was that?
No,
No,
you
we don't.
Okay,
I was
copy,
thinking
copy,
that we could go down here maybe and like go across and then go around this way now that they're all distracted and kind of make our way through here. But I guess we don't know what's up here. Or can we see? Is this a big fire? Can we kind of see?
Yeah,
What's over
technically
here?
that's fire.
Okay. So we could see that there's all the guards are distracted basically right now. Okay. I don't know. That's my idea. Just kind of go around the bridge, go around the other way.
Yeah.
Can't see us.
So how wide is that gap between?
I mean, it's within jumping distance at least. Probably. I don't know. Up to the DM.
7.5, roughly.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but I mean, a 1 will pop you into the catapult some way, somehow, and launch you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risk, but you gotta take a risk somehow. Like you
Yeah.
gotta like run
Yeah.
past the dude. So okay,
See you guys.
that's Rolly's idea.
Yeah,
Kinda
I'd
make
say
our
there's a
way.
lot of heat on this
I'd
bridge.
say, yeah, I'd say that makes sense.
We've like successfully caused the distraction to where they're worried about something in the water, so we can go around them. So yeah, we'd head back to the camp like this way towards this like catapult area.
As you
where it's,
do,
like,
you walk past some of the livestock, and they no one gives them any attention.
Yeah, I also want to take a peer in this tent if like
oh, is it open?
it doesn't have like a
Yeah,
flap or
we can
anything.
go
That's what I'm saying.
around,
If it's open, I just want to peer in and see what's going on in there.
Give me a perception check as you try to take a peek. There's like
guys
it has closures, but it's like a slap. There's a piece of it folded.
Nice.
As you see inside lots of dried scales, as if a lot of shedding has occurred inside.
Mm.
It's tough to say whether or not it is purely lizard folk. You don't actually see any living beings, just tons and tons of shed skin.
That's why it doesn't smell. It's dead
Yeah.
ones.
There is tons of shift and movement on the ground, as if there's been relocation and or bringing to and fro. But what you see inside is what would have been the shadows that the others would have witnessed too. Is these very, very stiffened, dried skins, sheddings, so to speak, left behind.
But no sign So is it possible that this all used to be like a lizard folk encampment and it was taken over by the orcs?
You get the sense that this was, you rolled a 27, so it's a fair argument. You pick up that the reason why the scent is gone is because what was here has moved. What is your background?
Background is what's my background?
Just kind of like looking at your
I
general
like
things.
it. Background. That's not something you use all the time. I try and use that sometimes, but
Urchin.
I almost always take Far Traveler though. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
Cool.
Background's urchin.
Yeah, so you would have come into contact with lizard folk. You would understand that nomad platoons that are hired for warfare are usually hired for long terms. They find a place, they rest, they eat as one, and their cycles are together. They shed as one, and they move on to the next. Finding large sheddings like this mean that a very capable team of lizard folk, almost dare say elite members of their kind, have been working together for a long time.
And are
they
probably on
know-
the way back.
I mean, but whatever you wish to assume, yes. But you'd imagine that they are either working for or with the orcs in some way, as a shedding like this means this is their tent.
Also, was it translated to me that what they were saying in Thieves' Camp that the troops are coming back because the boss thinks there's something up?
Really, would you share that with them as you now travel this way to dupe out?
yeah. I mean, I would fill them in on anything that I had picked up while I was holding.
Yeah, I thought he was actively telling me what they were saying because he couldn't translate it, and
At some point he couldn't as you guys got closer to.
Yeah,
Because of the
they were
Thieves'
so
Camp.
close to us, but yeah, I would tell you at least what they said
Okay.
while
then,
we were stealthing. Yeah.
Then that would be my hypothesis: is that I would think that they have a nomadic like group of lizard folk that they have as either mercenaries or working with them that are probably amongst the group that are on their way back.
So, who jumps first?
Let's send the goblin first. If he can't make it, none of us can.
Send the copy first, you mean?
Any.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's see if we have
Athletic.
anything in our inventory that can help us out here.
Or I guess acrobatics for you. Pretty acrobatic.
Acrobatics, you said? Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Just acrobatics across.
Now, real quick before you do that, you got a guy right there. You're going to do a run, a jump, and a land. So there's going to be a thud. So be mindful of that. You got an orc right there.
Yeah.
Not one orc, but yeah, a swarm.
Well, one sentry that's right there.
Yeah. So do we want to do this like stealthily, or do we just do it basically? We're invisible.
Not really.
Like, just hope they don't see it. Should we all
Yeah, I
do
was
it
gonna say
at
there's
once?
not really a way to do it stealthily. So
Should we all do it at once? I do have featherfall, so like I could make it so you don't like make any noise when you fall.
It catapulted too far. Yeah.
But I don't want to have to do that.
That'll
like,
drop invisibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
we
was
just
gonna
kind
say
of
drop
try
invisibility.
it, and like I can reaction and try and save somebody from making a splash if we need
Well,
to.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I'm just there's a good chance that when we land, he's gonna look. So we got to probably almost immediately stealth, like away
Yeah.
from the landing spot. Also,
Yeah.
is that mud?
I don't know. What is it? Is it rock?
Like-
Is it mud?
I
What's
don't know,
like
but if it's
sleet.
mud, there's gonna be.
It's like sleet, so it could be slippery,
We're thinking
Yeah,
more
that's-
no,
like
that's-
footprints.
polished.
I was gonna
one
say,
more
be
slippery.
mindful of footprints.
It's more like moss covered stone, so slippery more than.
And
track.
unless we don't have pass without a trace on either.
No.
No.
'Cause then we won't have to worry about
behind.
Wiggles with all the good little things.
I mean, Rolly can fly over, and then just like tie you guys like a rope or something to climb across. If you want to do that, take time
Magically
to do
gets
that.
taught, gets taught across the catapult in a tree.
There's always gonna be one person that would have.
There's a dip in the
jump.
rope that invisibly is unseen. It's almost as if a caterpillar was the rope itself. But nothing was ever witnessed on this day. I don't know. How do you guys want to get across?
When I'm fine
guess
jumping, I don't like.
jump.
Jump. Nothing to be afraid
Jump
of.
and be
A one,
mindful.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
A 1 is a
Copy's gonna go
catapult,
first.
guaranteed. It's like Donkey Kong. You roll into the cannon.
Let's just go. Like we just do it and see what
Copy.
happens.
Go.
Like-
Go.
Um,
Fire.
a quick G whiz. Which direction is this river running?
From west to east in both directions. So you'd be going south at this point.
Okay, so we'd be going back to the beginning of the level.
Awesome. We can get away that way.
Like shoots and ladders.
Yeah.
Just give up. Yeah. Go back to start. Plumby. All right. Yeah. Let's roll for this shit. You said acrobatics is cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. Copy's gonna go. He's gonna.
Oh, shoot.
I mean, does that get him across? Otherwise, I can just lucky it too. Fuck it. We'll use.
It gets him across. You see him kind of slip. Flop. Dexterity save.
Save. Okay, we'll save the lucky for that. Non-nat 20.
Easy enough. Catches his footing. Next.
All right.
I mean,
I guess.
Sidon goes over, then he can give us the plus for the save, the dex. Like, might be worth it.
Yeah, he'll Sirdon will go. Could I argue athletics for him?
Oh yeah, yours would have been. Sorry, acrobatics is just because they're small. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I gotta ask. You're chaining, man. So when you land, are you like able to muffle the noise in any way? You can give me a stealth check.
Oh God. Hey, two of them.
That's bad.
good.
Not the worst.
I mean,
I'll roll a perception against it to be fair.
Can Rolly like use his performance again to try and like make it distracting but
They don't see it.
similar noise?
They don't
No,
hear.
okay.
You understand
Okay,
immediately
awesome,
upon his
cool.
landing.
He knows how to land silently in armor. He's jumped enough times.
He just
I'm
doesn't know
gonna
how to
move
sit
out of the
perfectly
way
still in
though.
armor.
Like I'm gonna make sure that there's space for other people to
Of course,
like,
of course.
get out.
Rolly's good.
Easy peasy. Yuli.
Acrobatics.
Yes, sir. Are you going to swim?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's
Easy.
good.
You guys hear?
You heard. There are too many fabled false leaders. Our workmanship should be under one, not many.
You seem to be having a personal political debate.
All right, I'd pull us up towards the towards this bridge here.
As you guys sneak by, you see an Efigi on the other side of the bridge. Each of you may give me a history check.
Oh, what check?
History.
History.
Jeez Louise. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, at least it was on that and not something
Yeah,
important
on a
coming up.
history check. Yeah, it's way better.
You
than
look
some
at this
shit.
Efigi and your gut drops, Sirdon. You don't need to pass history to know that this is evil and dark. And whatever it is this man leads is never to be forgiven. Yuli and Rolly and Copy Rolly, you all get that this is a symbol, but it is not meant for you. It's not meant to bother you, and it does not phase any of you. Only Sirdon seems to have any kind of immediate attachment to it, and then you see it fade as if he attempts to keep it stealthed and locked away. You guys are across the last bridge to reach the steps as you hear a horn go off. Dong, dong.
Oh shit.
That horn going off, it only makes the announcement of arrivals, and that is where we'll pause the session. Not too shabby. You guys did all right. You did what you could in a situation in which you can't control, and I think it's promising. In our next session, we will continue where you guys are, and we will see what the other two experience on the climatic end of the little attempts of bombing. Otherwise, I hope you guys had a great one, and I will absolutely be available if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. Otherwise, have a great time.
always fun.
And hit me up if you guys are bored and looking to play more, because we always need a filler.
Hey,
Until
I
then,
know. I mean, like I'm not
For
doing
sure.
anything, so
For
you
sure.
got it.
I should be doing stuff. But yeah, let me know.
You guys have a good night. Otherwise,
All right.
later.
Yeah.